host now?
No, we're still getting on you.
Mr. Bay, he never said he was European, brother.
Yeah, I'm using European because that's exactly what the proper term is for these modern days that we're speaking.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but he's not European,
How about
though.
this? What if I course correct? What if I concede? All right, you win the argument, and I go, I'm 25% European, 25% Native American, half from Africa, the continent of Africa. No more arguments. Let's think of some shit to beef about.
What I'm more so concerned of is you going along with what really initiated this whole conversation.
Yeah.
Was you saying that you can get behind that, whoever that person
I was joking.
Nah, man, nah, we can't be joking and stuff like that. Not when we say.
He was obviously trolling, and I thought it would be lighten the mood to agree with him. It would be funny.
It's not.
Dude, the host died laughing. Are you okay?
And that's unfortunate, but we're talking about your actions. The host.
All right, bro. Can we talk about
your actions and the things that you preach?
The host cannot atone for your sins. We're talking about.
You're right.
Okay, Mr. Bay, let me ask you this: where does slavery come from originally?
Well,
Yeah.
it come from the Slavs. But let's get back to this
Thank
guy.
you.
No, not the Slavs.
Okay.
Thank you. I
Let's
thought
get
those
back
were
to the
black
guy.
folk.
Let's get
Are
back
you
to
sure it's from the
guy.
Slavs?
Yep, the word slave comes from the name Slav. Yes, that's correct.
Are you sure it wasn't from Africa or for Arabia?
No, the name Slav is a European word, and it's a
Yeah.
European name for a national people. Yes, that's what
So
it is.
you're Hebrew Israelite then?
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm a
Let's
Moabite, as I
do
said
this.
earlier. But
The
no,
host said
let's
that
not
he
deflect.
believes
That's not the
Jesus was reincarnated as Muhammad.
No,
Is that
that's
true?
not deflect. I want to get on to you thinking that's okay.
I already conceded
as
everything.
an N word. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
conceded everything. That was a joke, big dog.
I'm not your dog.
I'm not a
I'm
dog.
not a dog at all. I'm not a dog at all. I gave you the respect of you being a man, which you are, right?
Oh wow, this is crazy work. You're passive aggressive like a woman.
Can you explain to the guy you're arguing with what your point of view is?
Correct, please.
My point of view is opposing slavery and the principle.
Me too.
We all oppose slavery.
These times. I can't tell because nobody's even condemning this man who's using slave names.
I condemn slavery outright.
But yet you're joking about it, and I don't find it funny.
Yes,
What's
I
going on?
condemn rape. I'll joke about that.
Okay, brother.
Why?
Okay,
Why are you even
where-
doing
Because it's funny.
Right now, where is
Where's
your
the-
active
what is
slavery
the
going on
truth
right now?
then?
Well, I
What is the
condemn
truth in
domestic abuse, but like Chris Brown jokes are funny.
What is the truth in that? Is what I'm asking.
It's true that it's funny.
So you want to
See?
you want to tell those who
Hey,
are
What an
Mr.
idiot,
B,
bro.
you're condemning him
This is
for
pathetic.
talking about slavery. Where is the active
go
slavery
through the
going on
domestic
right now?
violence? That's funny.
Great pathetic.
He did chuckle.
Mr.
Yo,
Bay,
laughs.
where's Mr. Bay?
No,
Where is
something
active
else is
slavery
on
going on
fire.
right now that you're not condemning?
You said what, man?
So where is active slavery going on right now that you're not condemning?
Where is the what of slavery? Say it again.
Where
Active
is active
slavery. How can I
slavery going
understand it
down
and
right
you
now?
can't?
I'm sorry. There's too many people talking.
Brother, I'm saying where is active slavery going on right now that you're not
Active
condemning?
slavery is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
active slavery is being practiced all over, even today, even
It's
in
practiced
America.
in Africa. It's,
In
no,
America.
not in Africa. Not in America. It's going on in Africa.
Yes. We're talking about
No,
mental.
it's
yes. When it comes to
Africa.
mental
It's going on in
slavery, yes.
Africa and
Mental
all Muslim
slavery,
countries.
yes.
brother.
Mental slavery. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Well, why I gotta get out of here on that? What's there to get out about? You think that's funny too?
Yeah,
So you can't-
I think you're hilarious.
Well, yes.
Brother, so you
I
can't get.
Can I tell you
can't
why? Hold
condemn
on,
that there's
hold on,
active
Cricket,
slavery
Cricket,
going on
hold
out
on.
there.
I'm coming from
Hold on,
someone
hold
who's
on,
having
hold
an
on.
identity crisis. I can understand why
No,
you
no,
think
no.
all that's funny.
I have an identity crisis.
Yeah, you think you're half white. You think you're a crayon. First and
This is
foremost.
crazy work.
You're
You're just
white,
being
half
disrespectful.
black, right? You
Yo,
using
yeah.
the N-word yourself? I haven't
Bro, we're
used
just getting off topic.
Yeah,
What are we
bro.
doing?
I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, the weird thing is he lives in America.
up?
and
What's
he's
up,
complaining
Chaplain?
about slavery.
Hey, Lyrics, thank you for having me up here, and greetings, everybody. I actually came up here with, I actually know Mr. Bay there, too. I don't know if he got dropped or if he left or anything like that. I have no idea exactly what was...
Are you Muslim?
I'm a Muslim. I call myself a Muslim. Like Mr. Bay, I've read the Quran. I accept,
That's called
it's teaching.
Chrislam.
I mean, call it what you call it. I call myself a Muslim, and I've been also
Right.
called
So can you-
a
you sound like
Chrislam.
I appreciate that. So you sound like a very intelligent person. Can you show me any historical evidence in Surah 9, Ayah 30 that any Jews, right, ever said that Ezra was the son of Allah?
And actually,
Outside of
I actually just had my Quran here. So I was at Surah 30, just reading it right there. So yeah, there are some of the Jews who say Ezra is the son of Allah, while the Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. These are mere words that they speak. They only imitate the words of the infidels of old. Allah assail them, whither they are deluded away. So
Sure.
just that ayah right there. So what was
that
the
first-
it actually says
Let
may
me get
Allah
it. Let
destroy.
me get
It
it,
actually
please.
says may Allah destroy them if you actually had a 5th century or 7th century Quran like I do.
Sure, sure.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So-
and forgive me on that. You know, I don't know exactly what century transliteration version I
You
have.
know, I got you.
Chaplain,
You know.
do you speak Arabic, Chaplain?
No, I barely speak the native language that I was first taught, South Korean. So
Oh, then,
Okay, cool.
then you have
No
the
problem.
true. Then you have the true relation of Allah. Then.
Hold on, Tricky, bro. Hold on. So the first sentence you got there that you just read, the Ezra is the son of Allah part, can you show me that anywhere in our historical record? Anywhere?
in historical record or like in the Bible? Like, I mean, I
In
know.
the Bible, sure.
I mean,
Sure, in the Bible.
this is where when I got to this ayah, I was just like, when does it ever? You know, like I know the book of Ezra, but you know, like
You went,
Like,
you went wallahi.
I mean, I don't know if that was that definitely wasn't the exact words, but you know, I was just like, where is this? Because today, when it says, while the Christians say the Messiah is the Son of Allah, well, Christians today say the Messiah is Allah.
Amen.
And you know, so
That's
it's
why I
like,
said amen.
yeah. I mean, so when you ask me, can I prove like where in history does it say like Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah? I mean, this is where is it referring to when like the Jewish people?
Just pause, because I can hear the wheels spinning. I like you, so I'm just gonna give you the argument. Ready for this? Ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say this. It's undiscovered. We haven't discovered it yet. It's just not found. And then I need you to explain to me. Actually, you know what? I kind of like it. Can you give me anywhere? Because that just proves your Quran false, doesn't it? Like, with respect. I mean,
False about what though? I mean, just like this is a book.
Ezra, like
if you can't show anywhere where the Jews call Ezra the son of Allah, but your only out is to claim it's undiscovered, that's an argument from silence.
I'm sorry, did I make that claim or anything like that? Or
No,
are you
I'm
just
just thinking through it. Like, what do you possibly have?
What's up, Mosley?
I mean, I already conceded that just like I, like you, sat here and just was just like, you know, are they referring to just like the book of Ezra and just kind of in a you know, I had to stop here and really kind of discern what
Well, that's what
this
I
is
do
trying
That's
to
why I do
reveal
this.
and stuff like that.
It's
Right,
kind
but
of specific,
this
isn't it? It's kind of specific because the next part says the Christians say the Messiah is the Son of God. Yeah.
Right.
That's-
So then this is where I kind of, you know, went further about this, where Christians today, in my observation and perception, they are the ones who today say the Messiah is Allah, right? Like, you know, like Trinitarian Christians.
But right, yeah, you're right, because the Son of Allah would be Allah by nature.
Huh.
Because if you birth a child, right, if
what's
you're
up,
a
Moses?
human and you birth a
Are
child,
you
that
Muslim,
kid is
sister?
going to be human by nature. How could God have a created son in that sense?
How can God have a created son in the sense of when you have a
Yes.
child? I mean, and this
Like,
is where
like-
you have to know something about me that I believe, like Jesus, you know, like when he says all those like references with the Father and I are one, or nobody, you know, like if you've seen the Father, you've seen me, you know, like blah, blah, blah. But the one where he specifically
Blah,
says,
blah, blah is what he said.
you know, forgive me. Thank you, sister, for correcting me there. But when he says the Son only does what the Father shows and teaches him, right? Like, so this is all telling me in my discernment, like references to Joseph the carpenter, because when I read the end of the Old Testament in the book of Malachi, chapter 4, and it talks about like the dreadful day of the Lord burning like an oven and like all these things that are going to happen in a specific like mission where it's just like that day the
Does he
Lord, like,
not know
Can you
Jesus
stop talking,
Christ is
ma'am?
the
Can you
Messiah?
stop talking, please? Let him finish. Thank you.
I mean, sorry about that. Yeah, so like I read the Bible just start from finish, and so when I got to the book of Malachi and it ends with just like the, like prophecy saying the Lord will turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the children's hearts to the fathers, lest he strike the earth with a curse. And then it was like in history, like the 400 or 700 years of
You
silence is
guys
what they called it,
sound
right?
stupid.
I have a question. What does that have anything to do with what we were talking about? What does that prove about Joseph the carpenter or Jesus and the Father being one? What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, so then the book of Matthew in the New Testament opens up with the genealogy of Jesus Christ, right? The
Correct.
son of David. And it goes
Amen.
from the Abraham, right? The son of Abraham. And then all the way leads to not Jesus Christ himself, but to Joseph, the husband of Mary, who is the mother of Jesus, who is the Christ, right? Like, so
I'm sorry.
What?
Dude, you
So can you have a genealogy for anybody you want in a book?
I'm sorry, can I have a genealogy for anyone I want in a book?
In a book, yeah.
I mean, obviously, but not in this book. Like, in this book, you can't have
wait,
just like anybody's
wait.
genealogy. They give you
Wait, hold
a
on.
specific
Hold on.
genealogy.
But time out. Hold on. If Matthew wanted to give a genealogy of John the Baptist, could he have done that?
Of John the Baptist, I mean, we know his mother is Elizabeth and her father
Yeah.
is what? Zechariah, right? So,
So if Matthew wanted to give you a genealogy of John the Baptist, he could do such a thing, right?
if he wanted to, and if God willed him to do it, then yeah, he probably would have done
Then
it,
what
right?
could possibly be the issue with giving a genealogy of Jesus' dad, earthly father?
Wait, what did you just say? What could possibly be the?
What could possibly be the problem with Matthew giving a genealogy of Jesus' earthly dad?
No, I'm not calling that a problem at all. So this is
good.
where I'm not like this is where people will tell me like he's just his earthly father. You know, and I'm just like, what do you mean, like just
So
his
you're implying
earthly father?
so let me so you're saying, and I don't want to straw man you, right? Are you implying Mary wasn't a virgin and that's actually his biological father, and is that what you're implying?
No. I'm
Oh.
implying just like how like the Old Testament ends with just like fathers must turn their hearts to the children and children must turn their hearts to the fathers. Do you mind? Give me. I'm gonna step up. I can hear you. I gotta go grab a drink, but I can hear you if you
Okay,
talk.
cool. So you said the Old Testament ends. Well, somebody's been reading their
brother,
Protestant Bible.
he's not listening,
Because
brother.
if you break open that Orthodox Bible, it's got a couple more books in her. And Maccabees is an intertestamental book. And it's like, I don't know why you would, the end of Malachi being some way correspondent to Joseph the carpenter. I don't understand what are you trying to get me to believe? What's your worldview and why should I believe it? Is what I'm
That's
wondering.
it.
Oh, I mean,
Easiest fix-
I just for the record, I'm not trying to like force my belief upon the world or
I'm a
anybody
big
like that.
boy. I'm a big boy. You can force your religion on me. I'll live.
No, but I mean, like that's not my intention at all. So like, I know a lot of people try to do
Go
that,
ahead.
but I just want you to
Hey,
know.
Chaplin,
Yes.
for me and the guest, can you prove to me where is Abraham's genealogy in the Quran?
Where is Abraham's genealogy in the Quran? I mean,
Yeah.
Genealogies
there isn't.
seem important
This
to
is
you.
this is. I mean, I have
I
a
mean-
very like strong like like I don't know. The genealogies really stood out to me when I was reading the Holy Bible. Like it starts.
Then why
Bible,
doesn't it
but
stand
where-
out?
but
Why
where in
doesn't
the
it
Qu-
stand
but where
out
in the
to
Quran
you
is-
that
is
there's no
Abraham's
genealogy for
genealogy?
Abraham in the Quran?
Like if the Bible has Abraham's genealogy, why doesn't the Quran have that?
Matthew
I don't-
even
I don't
gives
like
you the
that.
genealogy.
I don't
for
know what you guys
Joseph.
like perceive is like my actual like belief. Like I believe
Pause,
all
pause.
three of these
No,
books.
No. We're taking what your words and performing a kind of internal critique. We're trying to see if you're consistent because clearly genealogies stand out to you. This isn't good or bad. I'm just saying genealogies pop to you, and you're like, I'm gonna look into this.
Right,
So
right.
how come you weren't perturbed or curious or intrigued that the Quran gives you no genealogy for Abraham at all?
So this is where, because I started reading this whole trilogy, I'll call it a trilogy for the sake of just like the
Hey,
reference.
you read the Bible.
Right.
Yes,
So
sir.
I started Old Testament, New Testament,
I
Quran.
don't. No, my
But
trilogy
if
is
I
the
was
Book of Mormon.
somebody who read the Quran, like I would not know the genealogy of Abraham, right? Like,
Yeah,
but
with-
because
okay,
I
so-
knew
so
the
if the
genealogy
Quran
that
doesn't
led
give
to
you genealogy,
Abraham.
so you have to go to previous scriptures, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, but because to answer
So that means
the
that I
question, I
Oh,
did not have any problem like not knowing the genealogy listed in the or not having the genealogy of Abraham listed in the Quran because I already knew it in my mind. But when I finished this, I thought about how like people who only read the Quran and think this is all you need, they are lacking crucial like information that this book, that a lot of people on TikTok specifically, like just completely say is corrupted and like all this stuff, like I'm just
Yeah.
personally tired of everybody trashing every other group's book.
Chaplain. Naturally, I have to ask you a question now. The
And
question
naturally,
is,
I would have to hopefully give you an answer. So please.
yeah. Well, the question is this: so if you're upset with people all over social media claiming the Bible's corrupted when it has vital information that backs up the context of the Quran, why does every Muslim tell me that book is corrupted? Oh, actually, I know why. So my actual question is this: how come the Bible contradicts the Quran? Why is that the case? If it contains vital information that is mandatory to the understanding of the Quran, why do they contradict?
For me, they do not. So this is a question.
Pause right there. For me, they do not. Okay, let me give you an example. Jesus says, I and the Father are one. Can you give me anywhere in the Quran where anybody says I and Allah are one?
No. The Quran is very big on not associating partners with Allah and
Thank you for that contradiction. Thank you.
How is that a contradiction? I think that this is
Because
more
you
just a
said the
distinction.
You said the Quran is against associating partners with Allah. Christians believe that the Father has two partners.
Hey, Chaplain, can Allah be your father?
Allah,
Is Allah a father in any
Allah,
sense?
Hashem, is not.
No. Is the God of the Quran a father in any sense?
No, Allah is not a father.
So how come the God of the Jews is a father?
The God of the Jews being not this Ezra, right? Saying Ezra is the son
How
of God.
come the God
You're
of
talking.
the Jews and the Christians, the Trinity, how come he's a father? Or how come the Father, the person of the Father, is a father?
Okay, and can I be candid and honest and just give you my
Yes.
my personal
Yes.
perspective
Yes.
and answer to this? And just so
Yeah,
I see it,
100%, brother.
I interpreted it as just at that time it was the Jewish people, the Israelites, the tribes of Israel, who considered themselves the chosen people of God, right? The children of God, and everybody else are Gentiles in this sense, right?
So did they so let me ask you, did they consider themselves children and considered him a father, or did God say, I am a father and you are my children? Which one was the case?
I mean, forgive me that
It's both. It's both.
Right. I mean, I believe Abraham, in Exodus, the Lord's speech, just I am the one who led you out here, and even throughout all the books.
Same manner, in that same way, he tells Abraham, I'm your father.
I mean, do you have a specific reference in the Bible where he says specifically I am a because part of me says did I say that, or is it just kind I just want to make sure I'm honest here too. So I'm not trying to I'm not trying to
No, I got you. Look, how about this? You actually have my word that it says verbatim. God says, "I am a father." Okay,
to Israel, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I can concede with that.
It's in the Old Testament, and also, for instance, Isaiah 9:6 says he will be everlasting Father, Father of all time, or something like that in Hebrew.
Right, and it's kind of giving like an attribute of like what this everlasting Father.
Okay, but if
Is
it gave
like,
that
right?
attribute in the Quran, if it gave that attribute in the Quran, we would have no problem, right?
Well, see, this is where kind of like the Quran is just like Allah is the most merciful, the most loving,
Does God change his attributes?
Does God change his attributes?
Does God change?
No, he's been the same
No.
yesterday, today, and
No.
always.
He doesn't lose things and gain new things. So he doesn't stop being a father and then gain back being a like that. It doesn't do that. God doesn't change.
You're right. You're right. But this is where I look at it as we do know that in the like story of Abraham, there is a separation between sons, where Abraham's first son Ishmael, right, is talked about. And, you know, we know that Abraham and Ishmael were like side by side doing all this stuff together till he was like
But no
13,
covenant.
right? Like at
No
least
covenant. But
no covenant, right? No circumcisions, no nothing. They're just doing.
No, only Isaac though. Only Isaac had the covenant with God.
So Abraham showed basic parental guidance to his son, and that proves Islam.
No, that's not. That's a big quantum leap there. I'm sorry. What's your name? How do I say your name?
Ecumenist Pope.
Acumen? Can I just call you Acumen? Or
Ecumenist.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean Acumen. If you know, like, I'm not trying to make like that quantum leap. You know, I know like probably from your experience, especially here on TikTok, like this is where you this is like just like 99%. But I'm always told just like I'm a 1% person where people are just like, hey, I like you, just like this. So just
That's fair. I do like you.
thank you too.
So I guess because me and you just agreed essentially that the Bible contradicts the Quran. I mean, what are we doing, right? So
that the
you
Bible
can't
contradicts the Quran.
Hold on. You can't associate partners with Allah, and Allah is not a father in any sense. That's two.
So I'm sorry. Give me you can't associate partners with Allah, and Allah is not a father, right?
Yes.
So those are the two.
In the Christian belief.
Those are two easy ones off the top of my head.
I'm sorry. Was it Tricky who said in the Christian belief, or was that Lyrics that said in the Christian belief?
That was me, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. And thank you, Tricky. So in the Christian belief, they, I don't know if I would use the word, they attribute like partners to Allah, but they attribute
if you believe
Jesus
in the Trinity,
Christ
if you
the
believe
Son.
in the Trinity and were a Muslim, it would be blasphemy. Or what's it called? What's it called in Islam?
Like a kafir or something like that, or
Shirk. It would
or
be
something
shirk.
like that. Yeah.
So if you
And I've
believe
been
in the
I've been
Trinity-
called that more often than not.
So if you were a Muslim and you believed in the Trinity, they would tell you you're associating partners with Allah and committing shirk.
Well, he'd be called a kafir.
Correct.
He'd be called.
All right.
Kafir.
I'd be called things that, like are outside of things. So this is where in this experience, when I've been in this experience myself in the hot seat, where I just tell them, I don't believe in the Trinity as like Trinitarians see this. I believe it as teaching mankind something about something like that we like should be trying to discern.
I have a
Hey, bro.
question.
Hey, Kevin.
Based off of that, I have a
I'll-
question. Where do you get this? Where do you get, not me, where do you get the Trinity from? What is that?
I'm sorry, where do I get the Trinity from? What do you mean, where do I get the Trinity from? Like
what's your understanding of the Trinity?
Yeah.
The concept of like divine like oneness,
Wait,
like
no, I know what. Hold on. I know what you probably think it is. Where does yours come from? Is it I made it up?
did I make it up? I mean, my interpretation and the way that try to.
So yes. Respectfully, with all due respect, you made it up. It's my interpretation of the best I can do off of reading the Bible, right?
Sure. I mean, for the sake of argument, then
You're
sure.
a Protestant. You're a Protestant that's read the Quran too many times.
I've read the Quran once and I've read the Bible once. So this
Why
is
are you not Mormon? How come you don't follow Joseph Smith?
I'm a child of God. I'm a man of God. I don't know like what, and this is where my brother Bay, I believe, was trying to just like correct you, young man.
I
And
see.
so,
I see.
you know, like I came up here and I heard you just like, hey, I condemn rape, but I joke about it. I think it's funny. You know, like this is dark times we are in right now, all of you guys.
Sure, agreed.
And I
Agreed.
think that many people who call themselves Christians and followers of Christ are truly astray. And there are those of
100%.
us who are like men of God trying to find the remnant and
But you couldn't prove 930 to
Hold on, Chaplain. Can I ask you another question then? Does Jesus say or does he not say?
I'm sorry,
that
but before you go there, I'm sorry, lyrics. What did you say when you came up on the camera? I'm
I
sorry.
said, but you still couldn't prove 930 to us and how unhistorically accurate the Quran is.
Right. So does Jesus say or does he not say that before you look at taking the speck out of your brother's eye, you should take the log out of yours?
Yeah, I mean,
So in that
So-
case, with that understanding, shouldn't you make sure you belong to the one true faith of God, not whatever I made it up as I go? Shouldn't you make sure you're standing on sure ground? Your house is built on a firm foundation prior to you going and telling, oh, the world, oh, we can't joke and it's dark time. Shouldn't you live shouldn't you be in not a glass house if you're gonna, I'm not saying you're throwing stones, but like, shouldn't you be on some sure ground before you're out here telling people, bro, we're in dark times? Dark times according to who? Like, what do you mean?
I think he's stuck in the middle trying to learn.
He is. And so
no,
I'm
no,
wondering.
I'm speaking of spiritual warfare, and I see
I agree.
the spiritual
I
battle
agree.
in
Yeah.
in you specifically. There is a specific, like, you know, so. Agree all you want. You know, I'm just going to tell you guys here. The Bible says, warn a divisive person once, warn them again. Right? So, again, I'm just here because there's coming of this day that we are all going to face judgment.
100%.
And
Yeah, but
the
he's
Lord
only
is
using
going to
scripture, brother.
return and going to be knocking on each of our doors like a thief in the night. And
What's he going to say to you?
Yeah, but this guy's using scripture.
What's he going to say to you?
Your opinion.
Hold on. No, genuinely. What's he going to say to you? Because according to you, I'm not acting in true faith. So what's he going to say to you?
what's he going to say to me? What's he going to
Yeah.
say to you? What do you think
gonna
he's
ask
going to
all-
say to you?
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Well, that's a good question. Hold on, Tricky. That's a good question.
He went quiet.
Sure, that's a good question. Except that Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father except through me. That's not Muhammad.
Amen.
So that's what he's going to say to you. He's going to go,
Yo,
why
yo,
you
yo, yo,
add
hello.
weirdness to my religion.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Right. I mean, so now you're assuming that I'm somebody who follows
Hey, Shepard, hold on.
Muhammad
Hey,
and stuff like that.
Hold on. Go mute, bro. Go mute. We got another guest, brother.
If you're a Chrislam,
No, I told you I'm a Muslim, which specifically says something if you hear the words
brother.
without your itching ears. So
If you're a Muslim, that means the true word of
No, tricky, hold on. So make it
Yeah, I
make
got you,
sense for me. Make it make sense for me, chap.
Guys, can you hear me?
I got you, Abdul. I got you. Give me 1 sec. So can you give me one understanding of this? You can't show me historically where any Jews ever said Ezra's the son of God. Is that what you were saying earlier? That's the whole point of this conversation. By the way.
So the point I was trying to get to when I was talking about how the Israelites of that time considered themselves as the children of God, right? Like they were gods, right? Jesus says this in your scriptures. Does it not say that you are
I
gods?
understand that. Yes, I'll grant you that. Even if I grant you that, right? I'm going to grant it to you, right? Where did these Jews, specific tribe of Jews, during the time of your prophet, say this? That's
And
what
please,
I'm asking.
and this is where it's just my prophet. It's not my prophet.
Okay.
It's
Okay,
the
exactly.
prophet.
They
I
never
think a better
consider
word
themselves
for
they
like
never
dialogue.
consider
with-
themselves. They never consider themselves the true prophet. God did that. It wasn't them themselves.
Jesus
Right.
is the
God
prophet.
did that.
Right. So I'm going to show you how I feel like some, not you specifically, a lot of your Muslim brothers don't know their religion, like the lineage of prophethood. Okay. Who was the first prophet?
According to Islam, it would be Adam, right?
So what was his prophecy?
That's
they
the thing.
contradict-
That's where I'm just like, how is Adam a prophet? So this is where, again, I personally wouldn't.
Come over here, bro. Come over here, bro. I'm telling you, we'll give you the real information ever. Don't stay there no more, bro.
All you have to do is say Jesus
I'm
Christ is
forcing
your
it.
Lord and Savior, and I'll explain the Trinity to
So
you.
what makes you think I haven't
hold
said that? This is where you guys are already
Because-
making
here-
assumptions
here,
about
I
me.
got you.
I've already accepted and know that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, our Redeemer, our King, our Prince of Peace, all of these things, because he is the Son of God. And that is the foundation in which my faith, and not only my faith, but in all faith, is built upon, right? And if you people
Jesus says the
cannot...
prophets. Hold on, man. I mean, you go and you go. Jesus says the prophets end with John the Baptist.
He says there has been no prophet greater than John the Baptist, right?
He says they end with him.
I love that. I forgot about that. Good point.
Can you where does it say they end?
You're gonna make. All right, I'll find it. Hold on.
Yeah, and actually, the first prophet was actually Abel, not Abraham, by the way.
Well, Joseph was considered the greatest man on earth, but when he went to heaven, the lesser people are more than him.
All right, so my point being is like, for example, again, can you even show me in the Quran where Allah Himself talks to Prophet
Give me 2
Muhammad?
seconds, big dog. Luke 16:16. The law and the prophets were until John. What are we even talking about? There is no Quran or Book of Mormon or Ellen G. White or Seventh-day Adventism. What are we doing?
Right. So again, if you listen to the
No,
prophecy
go
in Malachi saying he will send the prophet Elijah to prepare the way of the dreadful coming of the Lord, right?
John the
Yeah,
Baptist
from the
prepared
Lord.
the way for Jesus.
Right. And which is prophesied to be Elijah the prophet that the Lord is going to send, right? So this is where Jesus Christ...
No. Time out. John the Baptist
Wasn't Elijah,
came
bro.
in the John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah. He
in the
prepared
spirit
the way.
of Elijah, right? Like, what is
Right.
the spirit of Elijah?
A prophet in the office of Elijah.
But what kind of prophet? You know, there's...
A prophet like Elijah. Like Jesus
In
was
what
a
way?
prophet like
Like,
Moses.
can you, in your own words, just tell me in what way
Yeah.
will John be and was John a prophet like Elijah specifically?
I got you. He was ascetic. He lived in the wilderness. He fasted a lot. He was very ascetic. Do you know what ascetic means? Like a monk, like a nun, like a monastery type of thing. He was an ascetic prophet.
He's like an Orthodox priest, bro.
Correct. He's
on the
ascetic.
mountains.
So he was like Elijah in his asceticism. All the Orthodox monasteries that exist, I've been to a bunch of them, they all trace their lineage. They all go, asceticism starts with John the Baptist in the New Testament.
Yep, 100%.
Branching
Orthodox.
off of like Judaism, like the...
Yeah, I mean, in a
Right,
way,
right, right.
all of Christianity came from Judaism. So sure, but you see what I'm saying? Like John the Baptist came in the spirit of Elijah. He was the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, make straight the way for our Lord. So he comes and he baptizes people and he says, you've been baptized by John the Baptist. I come to baptize you with the Holy Spirit. So then Jesus comes, who is the Lord, who comes. Malachi, you like Malachi. It says the Lord will come to his house.
He fulfills it.
Jesus walks in the temple. Hello?
Yeah. Are you talking
He's
about
a
when
beast.
Jesus comes to get baptized by
Finds
John,
it desolate.
and John's
He
just like,
finds it desolate.
You're a beast, bro.
Like
Chap-
Daniel 7 says, the abomination of desolation. It was an abomination how desolate God's house was when he came to see it.
right. So what is he referring to here? Not like John's ministry
Chaplain,
and like church, right? Like
you
he's
keep on
talking about the
questioning-
state of like the synagogues, right? And how all
Yeah.
the synagogues and rabbis that are like the
The
authorities of these synagogues.
in Jerusalem. The synagogue
Have-
in Jerusalem.
Right.
Yes.
So that is a critique on them and that like institution, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay, we're
I'm
in
just
agreement there.
teaching you Christian history and theology at this point. I mean, I don't even know what the argument is. I'm just talking. So, like, what do you
Exactly. I don't know what the argument is either. You're like
Okay,
really
well-
coming at me where I'm just
Hey,
like,
Chaplain,
why is
are
he
you
sounding like
confused
he's
about-
arguing with me?
Chaplain,
That's just
are you
that's just
confused
how
about
Julian talks.
Christianity and
That's just how
Muslim?
Julian talks.
Are you in the
Everybody has
middle
their own style of
between being-
debating.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, debating is one thing, but just like talking to people.
Well,
like,
okay,
this is
let's
where
have a
it's just like-
conversation. So,
yeah, please.
Hey,
Can we
Chaplain,
just have
are
a
you
conversation?
confused about being a
and-
Christian or being a Muslim?
No.
hold on, Tricky. Hold on. Let's have a conversation. What about the Christian view of the Old and New Testament conjoining with each other? What about that is hard for you to grasp to the extent that you feel like you need to read the Quran? Why? Why add the Quran?
Why not? What do you mean add the Quran? Like, well, you just asked two separate questions. Why
Because
add the
here's
Quran
why.
and why
You are-
did I need to read the Quran? Right? Like,
Yeah, I've read the Quran. Why do you believe it? You have to presuppose the truth of the Quran and then you add it. You call it the trilogy. Are we dead ass?
okay, so I call it the trilogy because again, this to me
Harry
is.
Potter?
Okay, so just to give you a little bit of background about me, Akeem, like I used to do stand-up comedy. Like for 10 years, I like performed and did all this stuff.
Bro,
You know,
I would
so-
take your job so fast.
Right? Yeah. Right. Everybody's a comedian, right? Everybody can do comedy, right? But when it comes to getting up on a stage in front of a crowd of people, some reason I've seen a lot more women with more balls than a lot of men who like talk. So trust me, I've been through the thick of it. And like in this world of TikTok, everybody thinks that they're a comedian, which in a sense they are. To a comedian's eyes, you know,
In a sense, he's right. In a
You know,
sense.
like-
What does this have to do with theology?
this has nothing to do with the theology. This has everything to do with just you.
So Chaplain, so do you
Pop,
think
Pop,
that the
Pop,
Quran
can I
is
ask you
the
a question,
last
Pop?
revelation?
Yeah, what's up, Abdullah, or whatever your name is?
All right, I'll
Yeah,
lay
yeah,
off
yeah,
Chaplain
yeah.
for
My
a
name,
little bit.
my name is like call me Abdul. But
Abdul.
Abdul.
yeah,
What's up,
call
Abdul?
me. Yeah, call me whatever you want. But like Pope, like you ask like Calvin, like why does he believe in the Quran? Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And like my question is like why do you believe in the Bible while the earliest full manuscript is the Codex Sinaiticus
Because of the
400
church.
years
Because of
after
the
Jesus?
church.
What do you mean because
The
of
church wrote the Bible. The church wrote the Bible.
No, but I mean like if there is any full manuscript like that trace back like to time of Jesus?
Why would that?
we go back to Jesus.
Hold on. Let me argue with him. Why would having the
Let it all go smoke 'em.
autographa? That's what that's called in Greek. The autographa, the actual writings that the apostles' hands touched. Why would not having that matter?
Because because this is the word of God. And,
Yes.
like, if
So you
don't have
guys,
the-
you
like,
guys
if
have
Yes.
what's called a chain of narration, correct?
Thank you. Yeah.
Right? I don't want to straw man you. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the Bible can't be corrupted because we have a consistent chain of narration, right?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, where does the core?
Well, hold on. I'm asking. That's what you're saying. You're saying, well, our Quran isn't subject to these problems because we have a continuous chain of narration, which is fine. I'll grant it. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, because we know who read the Quran.
Okay,
That's
great.
different.
So I'm Orthodox. I have what's called apostolic succession. It's the exact same thing.
And what does that mean?
It means chain of narration.
Yeah, like does it trace back to the time of Jesus?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, like with the full Bible?
Well, why would I just need the Bible? I have the Word of God, oral and written. I have both.
Brody, hold on.
They can't say that.
Like oral and what?
Because we have the Word of God, like you have the Word of God, but we have it oral and we have it written.
And
the
like which one
oral-
is that? Yeah, okay.
Hey Abdul, can you tell me who wrote the Quran?
Hold on,
Yes.
Tricky. I'm gonna catch him.
Okay, like yes. Like I have like it's so simple.
I'll just grant your
You have
whole
your-
worldview. I'll just grant your whole shit. I'll go, look, Muhammad wrote the Quran. or
No, not
Muhammad.
Muhammad. No, not Muhammad.
spoke the
No, no,
Quran.
not Muhammad. No,
The
no.
right, I know,
The,
bro.
the,
I got it. I'm fixing it. Ready?
yeah.
Muhammad spoke he received it from Jibril, who received it from Allah, and he spoke it to his Sahaba. And they wrote it down,
Yes.
and then the
Yes.
chain of narration is continuous from the time of the Prophet.
Yes.
So let me tell you how it happened with Christian.
Yeah,
Jesus
how did it
preached
happen?
the gospel, and a bunch of people wrote it down. Then Jesus passes away, and the people that wrote it down are in the same group as the other people Jesus picked. And
No.
those people are sent to the
No.
Jews, the Gentiles, and then they set up churches. And then right now, today, I can go look at the church in Galatia, and it's an Orthodox church that has the same traditions.
For real, please let me know. Please.
Wait.
That's 2,000 years of continuous apostolic succession.
Okay. Like to be honest, like I didn't get it at all. But
So you don't understand. So you understand a chain of narration, right? That makes sense?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
yes,
imagine
yes.
that for the Bible and the people. Both.
Okay.
Yeah, it's both. So we have a chain of narration for both the oral tradition and the written tradition.
Yeah, and like, can you tell me like who's the names or no?
Yeah, my church is founded after Saint John the Apostle, and was founded by Saint John of Shanghai and San Francisco is his name. He was a saint in China, and then he migrated through Alaska to San Francisco, and he set up a big church there, and that guy was appointed by another bishop, and you can actually look at the whole thing up on my church's website.
Interesting. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Catholics claim this too, right? So Catholics, if you get into an argument with a Catholic, they're going to tell you, I have apostolic succession. We know every single pope that's ever existed.
And how can I know like which one to trust, the Catholic or the Orthodox?
How would I know which chain of narration to trust? We're in the same stance there. Nobody has a one up on that one.
Nobody have but you both have like different Bibles.
No.
No, like you have. I
It's all
think
the same. It's all the same. Orderly foundation.
like it's
the same.
different
change.
like books. Am I right?
Oh, different canons. Okay, so look, different numbers of books, right? So the Protestant, look, here's the problem. Martin Luther removes books. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not Protestant, so I don't have to
Tap
defend
that
that.
screen, guys. Tap that screen.
If you're going to make that argument, it only works against Protestants.
No, but how like the Catholic have I think 76.
Yeah, we
and
have
the
70.
Orthodox-
We have 76 too. Yeah, the Orthodox and the Catholic both have the 76 books.
But like,
And then you get Martin Luther in 1500 in America.
listen,
Goes, I don't like
listen.
9 books.
Like listen, like isn't the Orthodox have like 81 books, and then the
No.
Ethiopian have 88 books?
No, just because in Ethiopia they want to add Enoch and all this stuff, that doesn't prove that it's the canon for the whole church. It doesn't. It's not. We can still read Enoch. I have Enoch in my room. It's just not in the canon.
Got it. So then, if the Catholic and like the Orthodox have the same Bible,
Yeah.
why don't you have the same belief?
Because people disagree. Texts don't interpret themselves. If you and what's the other one?
Same reason why Shias and Sunnis have different
Yeah.
beliefs.
What if you and a Shia have the same Quran and disagree? Why do you have different beliefs?
But-
Again, nobody has a one up.
Because there's always one group that like freely doesn't need like a father or an imam or something like that, and then a group that will, right? So Catholics are what the Shias, and then Christians are the Sunnis of this thing in a sense. Like
No, not at all. Well, yeah, in an analogy, sure, because they disagree. But I mean, you can like. Here's a good example. Here's a great example. In America, we do not all walk around with a little constitution in our back pocket and we go, "You broke the law." We have the Supreme Court interpret the Constitution and give us edicts and rulings. In the same manner, We have the Bible, the church that interprets the Bible. You have the Quran and the scholars that interpret the Quran. Because texts don't interpret themselves. I have to read this. If I don't speak English, this makes no sense. So it doesn't interpret itself into my brain. I have to interpret it, right? And so if that's the case, then obviously people can disagree on anything. Like anything.
Yeah. I mean, inevitably, that's what's going to happen, right? We are not going to be 100% in like agreement if we have like the free will to just interpret the natural world that we all exist in together as we do, like so. But that's again,
I don't believe there's only the natural world. I believe in divine revelation.
Divine revelation, like when I say like the natural world, like I'm talking like reality here. Like divine revelation would be something that happens in the natural world, right?
Well, God would be supernatural in our. I mean, so I whatever. I guess.
And forgive me, I'm a stickler with just semantics. So like this is my OCD with.
I'm a stickler with semantics. Me.
I mean, then I'm like anal about it. If you're a stickler, then
you're my nephew, bro.
I'm 43 years old, so I think maybe you're my nephew.
Abdul, you have more questions, bro? Because I mean, your internal critiques aren't really landing, big dog.
Yeah. No.
Can I do one on you?
To be honest, I have nothing. I'm just gonna go and search about that. You say that you have like a chain of narration that traces back to.
Why would I ever look up your stupid chain of narration? With respect.
With respect.
No.
Yeah,
I don't have to believe the Quran is anything.
Yeah, like
yeah, you have many
scholars.
scholars who comment. Hold on, brother Abdul. You have many commenters on each of the verse. Why do you have to have each different scholar translate the verse differently? Why can't you just have one divine one like we do? Right? We have everything that says the same thing, just like your Quran apparently. But yours have so many commentaries. Why? Why can't we have one divine revelation and one meaning to that? Why do we have to have different scholars tell us what this verse means? Because the Quran is not understandable. It was written so you could be like, what the fuck is this? Respectfully.
The Quran doesn't flow. It's not a coherent book. The one sentence doesn't correlate with the next when you read it. Even in Arabic, it's like.
I'll tell you one thing. You know one thing that I find a comparison and very strange? How Islam copied how the hymns are sung to God in our religion and how we sing to God. So why does the Quran makes its own same similarity
Wait. You said the Quran copy what?
Listen. You guys sing, right? You guys sing the Quran, right? You guys like to sing the Quran. Okay. So listen. So it's like you guys are reciting and singing. It's the same saying. It's the same thing we.
No, it's not singing. You're wrong.
No, yeah, we don't say singing.
It sounds like singing, literally. 5
It sounds that that's you. That's your perspective.
Bro, that is sing, bro. Y'all sing.
I know what you mean, like the Zabur, like singing the Psalms.
Yeah. See what I mean? They copied us.
Yeah,
it's so simple. Listen,
so actually, hold on, pause, time out, and then I'll let you go.
You guys are retarded, bro. Hold on.
So yeah, right. So the two Muslims on the panel, Christians, us, we.
This guy said Christians cop. What?
We believe that your religion is a bunch
That's
of.
your belief. We don't care about your
It's
beliefs.
a mixture
Listen,
of Catholicism and Gnosticism, and Judaism and paganism, hodgepodge.
Yo, listen. You said you said that we copy you.
Your religion's like a quilt.
Wait, calm down. Like you said that we copy you, am I right?
Bro, listen to this. Watch this.
Yeah. If there is an error, like in the Bible,
No, watch this.
the same error,
All right,
right?
bro, watch this. Where do you think you get the story that Jesus spoke from the cradle? Another similarity. We get that in the Gospel of Thomas. Why does that story come up where Jesus makes another? Hold on. Do you know why your book is
brother? Listen, brother.
Watch this. In that same gospel, that's fake and agnostic. Jesus pushes somebody off a roof. Now, do you think our Lord and Savior is a sinner? Do you think my Lord?
Do you not know we believe in Jesus? Hold on. let me make you
Right,
understand.
I
We
know,
believe
I
in
know, but
Is
Jesus,
your
but
listen,
I do not know
prophet
if you know
Jesus
that.
put someone off a cliff?
listen. You believe in Jesus, and I get it. You respect it. Got you. But what I want to tell you is,
I do
there's a lot
think
of
we
things
are
in the Quran
against
that doesn't
Jesus,
make
like that.
sense.
We believe in him as a
Hold on,
prophet.
hold
What
on,
do you not
right? But
understand?
was I right though? Like, isn't there a story of Jesus speaking from the cradle?
Yes,
He's
yes,
a baby. Everybody knows that.
Right, but that comes from a Gnostic gospel that
That's not
is
in the
not.
So
Bible,
from your
bro.
perspective, Judaism, you got which came first, Christianity or Judaism?
Listen,
It's not in
apocryphal.
Judaism. It's not in Christianity. It's
Where did that
nowhere
come
in
Cuban,
from?
right?
our
Hold on.
history.
So right now you're
Yeah.
saying in
Cuban,
the
watch this.
Bible it
Cuban,
doesn't
I
say
got you. I got
Jesus
you.
did
Hold
it.
on. I got you. Cuban, watch this. Yes, the Book of Enoch, right, is Jewish apocrypha, right?
Yes.
Okay, we have those. So when we talk about apocrypha, it's fake, right? It's not factual. It didn't happen.
It's
It's moving
Jewish
away.
myths. That's what they are.
Jewish myths. Yes, we have apocryphas. Yes, we do. So
Okay,
yes,
how can
those
God,
stories do come in
a man,
Judaism.
a father, and the Holy Spirit, does that make sense? That's one in three.
Makes perfect sense.
Explain
how?
that.
Does Allah
But,
have
but
hands? Does that make sense?
Explain in
Yes, it
common
does make
sense.
sense,
Don't
but doesn't it
speak
Explain
like
in
like it's
common
not human
sense how
hands.
an hold on,
Like
stop,
yes,
stop, stop. Explain in common sense how an uncreated being has uncreated body parts.
and like listen, and who said that it's a body part, my brother? Like that's so dumb to be honest.
on. Explain this. Okay, does the father have a body like you were saying?
We know like
Auzu
yeah.
billahi.
Wait, so you just asked to explain how an uncreated person has hands?
Oh, but Yahweh says he has eyes.
What are you talking
yeah.
about?
Is that going to be your argument? Well, Yahweh has body
No, I
parts.
was not gonna say that. I was gonna say that clearly in the Quran it states that Allah is nothing how we would imagine, and
Oh,
He's nothing that we can conceptualize. So the hands that
good.
He has are beyond our
Good. So
understanding, and we leave it
explain
at
to
that.
me a non-conceptualizable, uncreated foot. What?
We're not supposed to explain it. We take it as it is, and we're told that we're not supposed to understand it, and that we will never understand it until the
Are
day
you
of
going to
judgment.
identify Allah when he returns by his shin, the true believers?
What?
Are you going to
What is this guy
recognize, are the
talking
true
about, bro?
believers,
You were just
hold on,
yapping, bro.
shut up. Are the true believers going to recognize Allah's return by the reveal of his shin?
Again, what does it have to do with His attributes? We accept His attributes as He stated them.
It's a body
Huh?
part.
Yeah, He has
Like
attributes.
It's an
But when He
uncreated
refers
shin.
no. When
like
He
the crazy
refers to
thing.
a shin, you're trying to compare it to a human shin.
No,
But
no,
God
No,
is
I'm not.
nothing like humans.
No,
So you
I'm
cannot
not.
conceptualize His body
What the
parts.
hell is an uncreated shin?
like it's like
Using
listen,
the
like
word
listen, like
shin,
listen.
God using the word shin is making my brain compare it. How else would I even think of a shin? How else would I think of a shin? Why use the word
You
shin?
don't think of
What's
it and you
a
leave it as it is because it's the closest thing imaginable.
your
Akeem,
God?
hold on. You said
himself.
how are Muslims going to recognize Allah when He returns by His shin? Right? Those like your words right there are completely
That's in a
wrong. Right
hadith.
there.
That's a hadith.
Allah is
That's a
going to
hadith.
return. Like we all believe Esau,
I
Jesus,
know that.
is going
I
to
know
return.
that. I know that. I know your hadiths contradict your Quran. I know that.
How?
No, it doesn't. So show any hadith that contradicts the Quran. Also, can you
This
explain
one
to
right
me
here,
why?
9:30.
Can you explain to me
9:30.
why the Book of Mark literally has entirely
9:30.
different
9:30. I just told you. Thank you.
chapters
Next,
in the
next.
manuscript?
Hold on. I just told you.
Stop
Next.
fake
9:30.
laughing, my
Next.
nigga. There's nothing funny. You're
My
just
nigga,
fake
I'm
Why you
dying.
laughing.
mad? Why
I'm
you
laughing
Nothing
mad?
is.
for real.
Why
For
you
real, I'm
mad? Why you
laughing.
mad? Why you mad?
Yeah, why you gotta get
Right. So
offended,
let's.
bro? Like, relax.
Yeah, we're just having dialect. Come on, let's get it.
Like it's so crazy, man, that you believe that God dies, but you don't believe that God can have hands.
All right.
You
Okay. Are you
believe
trying to
that
hurt my
God
feelings? I'm
reveals
trying to debate.
himself near Moses to a mountain.
Not not a single time that he revealed himself. He
What
just
about
he,
that
he
is
just
Hold on.
revealed
Is a
his
mountain in space and time?
oh yeah, he revealed his glory, not him. I think about that. And
Oh,
he
God
said
has created glory?
no.
it's not
Wow.
Oh,
created. It's of His
so God's
uncreated.
glory is uncreated, right? It's
It's
an
of his, it's
attribute.
of His uncreated attributes.
Oh, so glory is an uncreated attribute, right?
His glory is an
Yes,
uncreated attribute.
yes.
Okay, so you guys have an
Like
essence
yes.
energy distinction?
What?
You guys have an essence and energy distinction? The energies of God are distinct from the essence?
Hmm.
What does that mean?
So God's
Broken-
nature, what
broken
is
brains.
Allah? There's that, and then there's His attributes or His energies of mercy, of love, of right.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Arab, bro.
I've been
Muslims
trying to
are
figure
the
this out this
dumbest
whole time.
people to ever
Like-
breathe oxygen.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
According
trying
to you,
talk
from the
on a
perspective
theological
of your
basis
eyes.
with you, and you're like, what is he even saying, bro?
I mean,
Your fucking Allah has hands, nigga. Shut up. Like, I'm done with you, bro. I'm done. Your God has 2 right hands and a shin that He's gonna reveal.
Not
This
two
is
right hands and a
so dumb. Like,
he's
Yo,
just
your God
he's condemning
does.
himself.
Your
on his
God
own
does
time.
like
Just let
my
him
God
condemn.
can relate to me. I'm gonna die. My God can relate to me. Your God has no connection to me. You're an atheist.
Right.
Your God doesn't enter
Hey,
creation.
there's a
You're
saying
in
that says
creation.
when you
You're an
point
atheist.
fingers
You have
at somebody,
no
you got.
connection.
Yes. Yes. Thank
He
you.
doesn't
You know
even
what?
love you.
It's actually worse because his God actually does enter creation contrary to his own word.
Your religion contradicts itself. Is the problem.
You contradict yourself, man. Like that's what you don't see.
Go ahead. Give me a
When you
contradiction.
point a
Go ahead.
finger at people, you have usually
ahead.
3 finger pointing back at yourself. So
Go ahead. Give me
I'm
my
going to tell you
contradiction.
that. Like,
Go ahead. I'm listening. I'll be quiet.
no. People have tried. This is one of those things that this is your spiritual battle that you are not seeing the
yours
log
too. It's yours
in
too.
yours.
It's yours
Chaplain,
too.
what are you
Maybe it's
talking
mine too.
about?
But again, like just you use the N word here, but yeah, again, you're half black, so I guess you can say that, right? Just the way that your
My race
spirit.
has a moral. My race has a
No.
morality.
This goes back to when I came here.
He thinks
So
you can say that. He thinks you can say
Hold
that.
on, what's happening with Chaplain? I'm confused.
He
No,
said I
I'm
can
sorry.
see
This
people
is your-
because I'm half
this
black.
refers
You
to
just
something-
assigned morality to my race.
No. You justified this is why when my brother Aki, my brother Bay was talking to you about just like you're using the N word and like blah 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 blah, and you were trying to get all like serious.
Did
So
I
again,
justify it by saying I'm black? Did I say that?
you said you are half
Oh, he thinks it.
this,
He
a
thinks
quarter
it.
this, and a quarter this, right? Right? And then therefore,
actually
I wasn't
looks
here.
Mexican to me.
I wasn't here.
Eric, what's happening?
I don't know. Like again,
I don't
daughter,
know.
like this is
Why
something
did
that
you bring
you just
this
came
up,
in.
dog? Why?
Because
oh no, Chaplain,
it all
I'm
it
here every
ties
day, bro.
back
I'm
to
just trying to figure out
it ties back to just why I came up here, and I'm about to just like kind of give my salutations. Thank you for having me up here. But
God
again,
bless you, but you're crazy a little bit. You're a little
Hey,
crazy.
hold up. Before
right,
you guys
I know I'm
proceed,
crazy. I
I
know I'm
want to
crazy.
say, I
So
want to say to you guys, I love you guys as brothers. May God bless you.
Amen.
Now continue.
Oh, what's happening? Are you leaving, Crusader?
No, I'm tapping in. I'm staying here.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're tapped in.
I'm like, why are you sitting
Tapped
here for a
in.
while?
We're tapped in, guys. Look, we're tapped
Masha
in.
Yeshua, I'm so
Let us show
confused.
I'm
peace
still
and
trying to
love
understand your
for
thing talking
Oh,
about how
daughter,
this separates
I'll update
essence.
you. Check this out. Check
Mr.
this
Bay,
out.
you
Right?
can't
Check it
quote my
out.
Bible, big dog.
Check it out. Like
Can I,
Jalisco says. Check it out.
Lyric, can I ask Train a question?
Yeah.
Who?
Can I ask Train a question?
He goes, who? Nigga.
Train, did you answer the prompt?
What is the prompt?
Are you for real?
9:30.
Did you answer? It's on the screen, my friend.
Who was the first prophet?
9:30.
It
Yeah.
was Prophet Adam.
Okay, what did he prophesy?
Oh,
What do you mean? What did he prophesy?
What did he prophesy?
stump
called
this up. Let's stump this up real quick.
You don't have to. He called the people to Tawheed and.
No, he
rejected
didn't. Show me where that is.
it. In the Quran.
Yeah, show me.
All right.
And show me how that's prophecy, because prophecy you have to directly speak to God. So please show me how that's prophecy.
Ooh, detrimental.
And please don't and
Damn,
please don't tell.
you
And hold on.
directly speak to God. What are
Please
you
don't
talking
tell me. Please don't tell me that Allah talked to Adam directly, because that means he would enter heaven or his own creation. So try that again. Please tell me how
So
he
you're
was the
saying
first
that a
prophet.
God needs to be in the same place as you to speak to you?
No.
God needs
Adam
to
walked
speak
with
to you to
God,
speak to you,
right?
my friend.
Adam walked with God, right?
So wait, go ahead. Tell me that Adam spoke directly to God, so I can show you in your Quran where that's contradicted to.
Didn't say that. He spoke directly
Did
to
he
God.
speak to him through a messenger or a veil? What?
This is a little story time.
God bless this mother. Watch this.
I'm trans man, and my mom is transphobic.
Hello, everyone. I've been.
You want people to sympathize with you, but you spew racism? Like, this is where Great Balls of Fire. Is this you referring to me or like a proverbial you in a sense? So, if you don't mind, could you please clarify that before I take it incorrectly? You want people to sympathize with you, but you spew racism? Like, this is where Great Balls of Fire. Is this you referring to me?
This is a little story time.
God bless this mother. Watch this.
I'm trans man.
God, yeah, that kid was just off the freaking chain.
This is a little story time.
God bless this mother. Watch this.
Be who you are, but
Think about all of the wonderful.
we are, and we can't choose. This is a
Don't even have the education to go against it. You don't even know what DEI stands for. Why would I have a conversation with you about racism when you don't even know the bare minimum? Make it make sense.
He said he won't do it now. I don't understand that.
Make it make sense. Me and A-Train's education and Gina's far surpasses you on topics like this. Why would I have a conversation like that with you? And I'm so tired of white people thinking that it's black people's job to educate them on the situation that's going on today. That is not our job.
But
like, why would I have that conversation with you? Why?
Hey, how was that? How was that hilarious, stranger? How is that hilarious?
I
It's
don't
not
I don't
funny.
care about them coming back up here, but I'm just saying when I talk against
It ain't gonna
racism,
work.
they get mad. They got mad because I was talking about white Christian nationalists. If you're not a white Christian nationalist, why are you upset?
Yeah,
Why
if
are you so mad?
correct. Correct. If you're a man, if you're a black man and you take care of your home, I'm not talking about you. If you're not a beta male, I'm not talking about you. If you're not racist, I'm not talking about you. And I'm trying to understand how we read the Bible and don't translate that into reality. If I say I love my neighbor, or the Bible says love your neighbor as yourself, and then you see a white man mistreating a black man or a black woman or a man mistreating women, that should infuriate you. And if you hear me bring it out, you should stand with me. I stand with you all when black men are saying you're going to hell, the Hebrew Israelites. I don't understand, and no white man, a white woman has to break down. You know, Gina, you know what the Hebrew Israelites are doing is wrong. I know because God is in me, and I know injustice. So I'm going to stand against it. I don't understand why we just can't get in return. We got to break down the breakdown. We got to break it down and break it down. I don't know how much to break it down, and then I put my heart out there. It's just messed up. I just don't
Just
understand.
because you
I'm
too
just so
nice.
sick of this.
Hold on
You
for a
too
second.
nice.
And stranger, you calling us hypocrites? I literally asked you a question in the comments, and you still didn't give me an answer. So I'm not answering your question. So I'm not going to keep asking you anymore. I'm not.
And you know what's
Stranger, you
crazy
didn't
to me? That
stand with me.
I
Stranger,
gotta
you
answer
didn't
the.
stand. Just give me just a second.
Go ahead.
Stranger, you didn't stand with me. I was sitting here and A-Train was trying to break that down for you. And you said, I don't see what color. And you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. My heart cries out because I have been mistreated and put at a disadvantage because of my color. I've lost a lot. I've been called the N-word in real life. In Walmart. I've lost a job because I'm black. So for you to not
Oh,
bear
Gina,
my
can I say one more
burden,
thing?
that broke
You
me.
lost it now?
No, but
Yeah, it happened.
not now. But the job I got is where I am now is because of that.
Right.
So and I was out of work for like
Oh, okay, okay.
9 months because of that.
Yeah.
So okay, go ahead. I just can't. Let me just go get some drink. I just
I just
can't.
gotta address something in the comments
Yeah.
that was said earlier that I didn't get to see. Somebody said it's victim mentality. So do you tell the Jewish people that this is victim mentality? Did you tell Jewish people every time they hold a commemorative or memorial service will happen over there in Europe? Do you tell them it's victim mentality? When America paid them reparations for something that didn't even happen in America, did you tell them that was victim mentality? Why
Who
is it
said
every
that?
time black people want to talk about our history, what happened to us, and what is still happening to us in the good old 2025, then it's victim mentality? Y'all don't tell anybody else that it's victim mentality.
And for memorality, what difference does that make? See, this is the problem. And I'm gonna tell you what you're doing right now is what a white woman did and a black man did. A black pastor, by the way, and he said that if it wasn't for slavery, black people would be in mud huts. When America and white people got how to build this country off Africans and the intricacy of how they built the pyramids and mathematics. So to say that is to say, oh, everybody in Africa is in mud huts, which is a lie. No. So when you say, oh, your good job is better or worse, it don't matter. So what you're trying to say, well, you know, if you got a good job or it worked out for you, don't worry about how you were treated. See, that's racist right there, memorality. See, you ought to not operate in the spirit of God because you don't know how to put yourself in our shoes. Jesus, God, if God can put himself in a sinner's shoes and in a sinner's place, how dare you all? So yeah, I'm pissed now. Now I got mad. Stranger, you have disappointed me and I just can't believe you done me like this. I'm upset. Black Loose, I know who you are. Red, you disappointed me. You let all us come on your live and open up about what we go through, and then now you going against A-Train and all of us. How are we the problem when we're the victims? I don't understand. What type of
How
Christianity
did
is
she
this? Is a
disappoint you?
joke? What is this, a game
It's all
show?
because of Charlie Kirk. It's
Hold
all
on, Gina.
because
You
of
see what
Charlie
he said,
Kirk.
Gina? He said, "Oh,
They
Gina, you
Charlie
disappointed
Kirk
me." How
lovers.
Gina disappointed you? You
No, they,
disappointed Gina. Like what the world?
that's what I'm saying. They all this started because
And
of
here
Charlie
come the
Kirk.
victim. Of course, they gotta be victims. Ooh, now he finna go
And
cry in the
I'm telling
car.
y'all why all this is going on. They all Charlie Kirk lovers. Charlie Kirk's been exposed for being a racist, and they love Charlie Kirk. They love him, and that's why they all turned on me because I spoke against Charlie Kirk. Because Red didn't used to talk to me like this.
No, he did not. He
They
let
talking
us on
about
the
hatred of me.
live.
I ain't got a
Red is the
lick of
same one
hatred of me.
that said
Go,
why is there HBCU colleges and why there ain't no white colleges? That's the same one who said that.
yeah, that's what he didn't even know what an HBCU was. Why is it HBCU? I said, dude,
They think
they,
when
they
we go
created
make our own
they
spaces,
created
now all of a
black
sudden we
colleges
racist.
because they wouldn't let us in white colleges. That's how HBC and white people go to HBCU. Black people still got to get a number to get in one of these top white schools, and then they only let a certain amount in. But see,
This
they
is
don't
too
want to talk
much.
about real life facts. They just want to talk about their feelings. But then when you start talking to them, what you so angry about? I'm not angry. I'm upset that you had the audacity to sit here and say the only reason we got what was that one thing they said? Why y'all got BET? Well, all the other channels wouldn't let black actors do what they wanted to do, so they started BET. But you don't say
Yes,
nothing
not
about the Latino channel or the Spanish, all that stuff. But see, they got a problem with black people talking about what went on with black people. That's why we had the problem with CRT. They didn't want black history taught in the public schools because they might see their granddaddy in one of their pictures seeing a man with his stuff cut off hanging from a tree. And they didn't want their kids to know what they did back in the day. And it ain't even been 50 years. Well, I'm 59. It's been about 55 years now. They act like none of that stuff never existed. But just when it's time to talk about the disparities of what went on in America, now we want to talk about Jesus. But we talk about black people like Charlie Kirk. Yeah, you got black people over there cheering. Yeah. But don't talk about white people. Then you ain't saved no more. And you full of hatred. And you're playing the victim. And I'm sitting here watching this stuff play out. These folks didn't literally know what DEI was. Chris, I don't know what it is. You don't know what something is, but you're glad they're taking it away. Help me make that make sense. Oh, it was for black people. No, it wasn't for black people. Everybody profited off black men's movements except for black men.
Stranger, you keep saying
They don't
goodbye,
want to
stranger.
talk
Then
about it.
leave the live. Oh my goodness.
No, let them up. Let them express.
He keeps talking because he want us to feel bad, and I'm telling you,
You know what?
I keep telling y'all, somebody on TikTok and the person who ain't paying my bills can never make me feel bad about nothing.
You know what?
Because
Hold on,
Gina,
hold on,
what's
hold on.
my favorite line, baby?
Stacey,
When
you know what?
I know how to stay on mute. He's the one
Hold
that
on, A
didn't know
Train.
how
You
to
want
stay on
to
mute.
about A Train?
I didn't have a problem. He don't know how to stay on mute. He the one had the attitude.
Gina, you want him up, Gina, or it don't matter?
no.
Okay,
It's not
because we
gonna
don't got
go.
time
It's
for
not
that.
gonna go
Nope.
well.
Yeah, cause I was talking. He got mad and interrupted. Then said, "Why was I mad?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute. You interrupted me. You made a statement."
Oh, Soldier Christ. Did you request? I didn't see your request.
I don't know why it's so hard for white Christians to see this. Y'all can see everything else. You can see Trinity. Y'all can see all these other doctrines. I don't understand if Holly. I wish, man. I'm telling you that I don't understand. And it's more of them too. I don't know. On that live, it was about 3 or 4 of them that day, and they didn't. I think one was a Muslim. And I think the other one's a Christian, and they're like able to see the injustice, even in the policies and what we have to go through. I don't understand. I don't understand how y'all can talk about God is love. Like, I had to go. Riz and I got into it too. He brought up that. What did he say? I forgot, but he wanted to act like he said he don't owe me an A Train. He's so spiritual. He said he don't owe me an apology since we in Christ. I can't offend you, Gina. That's what Riz said.
You talking about Roswell?
Yeah. And he was the one on the live saying, Gina, you all are the reason you got sold into slavery. And then he brought up Deuteronomy. I said, dude, they went by way of Egypt. That wasn't even in the 1600s, clown.
He even told me A Train that too one time.
How y'all don't care? I don't understand if you supposed to be my brother or my sister.
Uneducated. They uneducated, and they uneducated, and they mad about people that's been educated on this stuff. Totally mad. And they'd rather follow a conspiracy theory than follow the truth. But these some of the same folks while I was in the hospital cheering me on, and now I think they probably wishing I never made it out the hospital. But they cannot stand the truth. And I don't get it. We're sitting up here showing you scenarios. We told you why the Black Lives Matter movement was started and how it was targeted where people came in and did stuff and started these riots and stuff in the Black Lives. There weren't Black Lives movement people that started these fights. But yeah, that's their excuse.
Oh, this is the Caucasian Christian nationalist. Come up here.
This is getting ridiculous. Hold on. Stranger, you keep saying you lost respect for Gina, but you still in the live. How about you leave the live and don't come back? Like, what the world?
These
Well, you
people
got
take
caught in the lie.
these TikTok stuff entirely too serious.
Like, I'm finna cuss, and I don't want to cuss on here. Leave the
Oh,
live.
James done cussed me out too. I don't. He cussed me out in somebody else's live, trying to catch prudent, and everybody kept talking about, no, A-Train ain't racist. He's a Black liberation theology teacher, so he teach on this stuff. Well, how come he only got to teach on while he's teaching Black history classes and he goes the whole Black
Like, I
history?
don't want to cuss on Gina's live.
It
I
don't
really
make no
don't.
sense.
Like, they piss me off.
Just straight uneducated.
And very uneducated.
Who is this chaplain person in the box? Please
Thank you for.
please don't
Thank
make
you
me
for.
mad.
I
Oh,
hope
that's
I'm
Chap.
not.
Oh,
I'm
what's
not here
up,
to.
Chap?
Hey, brother, A
Oh
Train,
no, hold
and
on, user. Don't he good? Don't turn his camera off.
I'm sorry.
Let's see
I'm
what he's
sorry.
saying first, and then if he, then you can turn.
yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
My
Go ahead, Chap. You want to?
apologies.
Forgive me. I just
Oh no,
wanted
you
to
good.
let people know, like, this is who I am. So I have
Okay.
been listening, and it's just kind of like a discussion where, somebody like me, born of Asian immigrant, like, my parents are South Korean. So for me, in this whole like black white like discussion, like I'm with you, sister. Just like, like how do we just like let just somebody like, I don't know. It's like being a bully and then like being somebody who can like see the bully like just picking on people and then watching everybody just kind of let it go, like, and so it's just like, I don't know. I'm at a point where I'm done with it too. I'm at my wit's end, and like it's ironic that the live that I came from before I came here was just this. Like we were trying to tell this young man who was just kind of like using the N word, and like one of my brothers was just trying to tell him, just like, what, like we're talking about like God and Jesus and all this stuff, and you're just like using the N word and laughing about all this stuff that's not funny. And this kid literally said, like, I condone slavery, but I think it's funny. I condone domestic violence, but I think all that stuff about Chris Brown is hilarious. And it's just like, do you not see the hypocrisy of the words that you're saying out of your mouth? And like even when elders, and this is one of those things where I asked the panel, just like, what does it mean to us? And it was like just a male panel at this time. Just like, what does it mean to us to be our brother's keeper? And like everybody was just kind of like, whoa, like, and so this is where I think that this is something that has kind of just been forgotten, especially like here on TikTok, where you're right. Like people think that this is just not a serious like tool, they just think that it's just all fun and games, and there's going to be no like effect like that. It scares me. And I was just trying to tell this young man, just like, I'm here not to like argue with you about religion. He kept attacking me about just like, you're a Muslim and your scriptures say this and you're that. And I'm just like, why are you? I haven't even said one word, and already because I say Muslim, you already think like you put me in this category. Right? Like, it's amazing how just if you identify as something, just one word, like that can just totally navigate the way people kind of interpret you, if that makes any sense, So I don't know, like, not to kind of just take over, but just, like,
No, you're fine. This is.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So thank you for having me up here, because I think this is a discussion that needs to be kind of like conducted.
Talked about, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talked about, but I use the word conducted because that's kind of a thing where like the more that people like freely choose to conduct themselves in this way, to kind of really have discussions conducted about these social, like critical theories, right? Like critical, like theory, critical race theory, critical, these are theories about something critical in human society, but you put critical race theory and everybody automatically thinks it's like, oh, they're trying to teach our kids that, like white people are evil. It's just like everybody already just has knowledge about what this means, and so like this is where A Train was just saying like people like aren't as smart, whatever, but I don't want to like misquote you, A Train, because I love you. But Benjamin Franklin had a quote where it's just like, we're all born ignorant, but some people work very hard just to remain stupid. And when I read that, I was just like, wow, that's like profound, So it's just like, I think that the more you know, you put yourself in a biblical sense, like in the Garden of Eden, where you are taking fruit from the knowledge of good and evil, right? Just the tree of knowledge, right? And to be like God, according to, the story, is to have your eyes open and to be able to see good and evil, right? The difference between the two, right? Like, and to me, in a biblical sense, like that's the lesson, and when I hear just people using Bible scriptures just to be divisive and debating with one another, I again, that's something as a chaplain, I'm at a wit's end as well. So yeah, thank you for just kind of letting me vent and speak my piece. But I don't know what it was that caused, like I thought it was a user that caused all the trouble, but I assume it's like this person's strange.
If you was a user, but
User, why are you always getting in trouble? What you be doing, man?
shout out to user. I'm proud of you. He's standing against.
I ain't caused no trouble. What y'all doing?
No, I'm just thinking. We come.
But Gina Chaplin was the one when I got into about racism and nationalism. He was the one that came in and spoke. I said, like, now what y'all got to say? He's saying, and now when he was talking, all of a sudden they all got quiet. He said, I ain't saying nothing no different than what A-Train's saying, but A-Train's racist. He got a problem with white people. And Chaplin came in and said, well, it looked like y'all got more of a problem with black people than.
It's because they don't know where to place me. It's just like I kind of look like, so it's just like I've been on a panel where like it was, a panel where they were talking about, can a black person marry a white person and still be pro-black? And it was just like a pro, or like a pretty much majority like American African like panel. And I came up and I didn't show my face. And then they like told me, they're just like, you're just one of those YTs. And I'm just like, hold on. And I showed my face and they were just like, oh, well, you're just one of those like Asians that are like side with them. And I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. But then I realized that they were putting me through like a ringer just to see how consistent I am. And just like what it would take, I guess, to make me crash out, I guess, just kind of like break down and then just start like getting out of character in a moment of passion. Just like, well, like, blah, you guys just all blah, 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 like, but when I kind of got through that like initial, I guess, interview phase with this panel, they started, kind of just opening up and they're just telling me just like, like we're just really hard on these people because we're trying to just show them like just the hypocrisy, and that when they say that they're not racist and that they love everybody, it's just like, we'll find out type thing, like even the Bible, 1 John 4 says, like we should be testing spirits because there are spirits of truth and spirits of error. And, Candace Owens, A-Train and I talked about her. She is somebody who I believe, she's somebody who says, all I do, guys, is speak the truth, and there's a quote that's just like, it's a dangerous thing to mistake speaking without thought for speaking the truth. Don't you think? And I was just like, wow. So this whole culture of TikTok today and the way that it's like bred all of us to begin speaking with one another is, I believe, something in a theoretical sense, like a critical theory, like, we have to be like very aware and present and mindful of just like how our words and our actions and behavior really affect like the entire world in a sense, if that makes sense. So sorry again for just rambling, but yeah, I mean, A-Train, I told you, just like to me in this world of just like white and black, for me, from a godly perspective, I try to think of just like a white person. Like all of you here are, in my eyes or in my heart, white, like bathed in the light of God. And just I can sense the love in like your spirit and stuff like that. So to me, you are all like white in that sense. But there are like black lives, and in a black lives sense, it's just like they don't have God. They don't know love and stuff like that. They're in darkness, And so I've been trying to train my mind to think of these words out of the box of just like a racist sense, and think of just like when I think of somebody who is living a black life, that's not talking about their race or skin color. It's talking about the nature of, I guess, like their current situation, if that makes sense. Like, just, yeah, or, like, and I'm kind of like throwing this out here as like, is this something that is?
So are you so
I'm gonna need you
associating
to go back
black
to
with
the.
bad?
Oh,
I don't
listen,
know
look,
what they
Kevin,
mean.
listen. I'm gonna need you to go back to the drawing board with that one because that was out of pocket. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was out of pocket because the way you just articulated that, you're
Out of pocket in what sense?
associating
I've never heard that term. So excuse me, sister, if you don't mind just kind of
It
explaining
sounds
that.
it sounds like he's associating black with
black
being
with
bad.
being bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's what that's
your
what I got
brain.
from it.
No, and this is where.
And white being light.
Oh, okay, so if it came out that way, forgive me. That was not my
Yeah,
intention.
that's what I got from it right away.
Okay, so thank you for just
No, I'm
giving
going to
me
say
that
now. I'm
feedback.
going to say this, Chaplain. I got you. So okay. So I don't believe you intended. I don't think your intent in your heart. I really don't. Is that? But the mind, the way we are psychologically, if we say, okay, when I say black lives, I associate that with evil or bad. Then that our brain, especially when black people are often
absolutely.
associated. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help you naturally associate black and darkness with bad behavior, especially if you see like a lot of videos that you may see a black man on the ground by the police officer. Yeah, and then white, when you say that, and it's like, oh, associate white or white people is like purity. That's why a lot of times a lot of white people can get away with things that black people can't. So that your brain, gearing your brain like that can.
Well, I mean, I think that we are just kind of admitting that this is how our brains are wired, right? Like when we think of just like these terms, like it's white, it's black, in a sense, like we always kind of like attach like race to it or something like that, right? Which is the problem.
Your brain
right?
is doing that.
I mean,
so the example you give
it's all of our brains, right? Like everybody's brain today, like that's what we're all doing, right? Like
no,
I know, but that's why we need to stop it. Because if you use that example, like even though you're not in your heart meaning that, you're saying, well, when I say black people, I'm not talking about.
You're
that.
right. I recognize like the way that I delivered it, the way that you have interpreted it. I totally get it. So can I try to like?
No, I actually don't believe you believe that. No. Hear me out real quick. I don't actually believe you think that about black people. I'm saying, but if we say when I say black people, I mean just like bad behavior. And when I say white people, I mean good and purity. But we live in a race-based society, really a world. It's just so when we say that, it's hard for the mind to distinguish that. That's why you often, depict white people as being better than black people when it's all of us. You need to judge on the character, but color is not helping us judge on character.
Hey, Stevie Wonder
that's why I was
said
using.
There's good and bad in every. It's good and bad in every culture. That's absolutely true.
In every culture, in every race,
good and bad.
Everywhere, right? Like it's just good and bad, right? Good or bad.
That's it.
I'm just saying that's not a good way to train
That's a
your mind
human
in
thing. That's not a cultural thing.
Correct. And
this is a lot.
And I think
this is a lot. Let's take a pause real quick. This is
I always say
I'm serious. These
Wusa
conversations,
time, right?
I don't know why this is difficult. This is so difficult, Stacey and Nate. Why is this difficult? It's like
these are
I don't know it's just so difficult.
I think like my father and his business partner who is a Jew like explained it to me this way. Like he told me like there's a lot of like scars in American history that have just been like treated with a Band-Aid throughout time, and then like in like when times come when those scars are like opened up again, like this was like the time in the 90s when like the LA riots were going on, so it was like a very like tense time, and so they were trying to put things in perspective. It's like what America needs is to really open up that wound and try to clean up that infection that's still there, and and this is just like in a metaphorical sense. It's not like stigmatizing or referring to anything, but just the situation. And so that's the hard part, like opening up a scar that's.
First, you have to acknowledge that there is a wound. They hide that the wound even exists. They bury it. They try to bury it. They try to even say that slavery didn't even happen. And then they turn around and said that, hey, slavery was a good thing. At least they got to the promised land. And they didn't realize we came from a promised land.
And just to clarify, like when you say they, like you're referring to specifically like
the colonists. The colonists.
Oh, okay. You talking about on this side, yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about colonists. But I'm talking about people today. There's
ancient
people
times, right?
today. They say that they did us a favor bringing us over here, and then they said that slavery didn't even exist. And they said only a certain percentage were slaves. And I'm like, no,
And so like, what
not
does that
exactly the way it
like
went.
tell each of us about that person, right? Something is going on
No,
inside.
that was some of the talking points of Charlie himself. He
Charlie
used
Kirk?
Some of those
I
same-
mean,
yeah, he used some of those same talking points. Yeah.
Charlie Kirk.
Those were
Literally
some.
said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like Charlie A Train knows where I kind of, you know, like Charlie Kirk was just somebody. No, I mean, just he promotes just like rhetoric that is just a complete us and them mentality, mindset, right? Like,
I'm gonna be honest. This is what we have to do. I don't know if you're a Christian chaplain or not, but what I am trying to show Christians, being a Christian is more than just so-called theology, and you can break down the Greek and the Hebrew, and we can quote the Bible. You have to live the life.
right? It's a way of life,
You know,
right?
you have to be able to talk about the tough,
Absolutely.
the tough topics. We have to be able to talk. See, this is a tough topic.
It
This
is.
topic is like tearing everybody in the live apart. What I mean by that, people are uncomfortable, right? And people have to they're uncomfortable, then people have to put a defense up and make sure that they don't get distracted from the gaslighting and the reverse psychology. This is uncomfortable for the ones who are the victims and the ones who are causing this discomfort. It's not fair. Or you trying to ignore it, and it just breaks my heart because, you know, we can quote the Bible and be so passionate about the Word of God on the paper, verbally. But when it comes down to actually putting yourself in a person's shoes that you don't walk in, Christians are it's hard for them to do that. But Christ did that. You know what I'm saying? Christ put on the mindset of a man, you know, and came down. And we say we follow this person, but we don't strive as we can to try to be like him. He sat with people, you know, that weren't looked at in society as equal to other people.
No, tax collectors,
God can do.
sinners, you know, like he sat
I'm
with
just
just
saying, what are we
everybody,
doing?
right?
What are Christians doing? This is a joke. It's just a joke, man. I'm serious. Most of the time, Christians is just a joke. It just.
Can I share something with you guys? You know, 35 years ago, my pastor back in the days, he did a sermon on this. It's called Race, Religion, and Racism. His name was Fred Price. And this is 35 years ago. He did this. And what
Fred Price,
caused him
that's
to
my
do it?
pastor.
Yeah, what caused him to do it was
Superintendent.
the son of one of his mentors got on a public forum it was on TV, and he said, you know, we fellowship with those people, but we don't marry them. And his father and this particular guy would come and sit at this black man's table and break bread with them in his house and everything. But he got on worldwide TV and said something to that effect. And as a result of that, that's where that series started from. And this has been 35 years ago, removed, and we're still dealing with those type of situations. It's because
Can I ask Kevin?
you know-
Like, did he say it like behind closed doors, or like he said it in front of like a
no,
group
he
of
said it
his?
in a public forum. He was
said it
on.
on national
He's a
television.
televangelist. He said it on national TV.
Like we can sit with
Where-
them, we just don't marry them, like that, like
Yeah,
that.
he said we can fellowship.
fellowship.
And we can they can even give large debt, because our particular church was giving $100,000 into their ministry a year. And he said, yeah, we can fellowship with them. We can, you know, be blessed by the money they're giving. But his son can never marry my daughter.
We don't mix with
We-
them,
we
right?
don't-
Like, yeah.
Right. He say, hey, they can be over here, we can be over there. We can fellowship and all that, but we don't marry with them. And that was like, why not? I mean, you could come and eat at my table, but you can't. My son can't marry. And that's 35 years ago, but we're still dealing with this today. You know, it's kind of sad. And the thing is, you know, and he would always say, why is it that you have a black church over here, a white church over here, an Asian church over here? Why is it that we can't go to church together? Why do we have to be separated? That's the most segregated hour of the day.
But
Why
see,
can't we come
Kevin,
together?
this is
I
where
can
when you
tell
say
you
like
why.
an Asian church, like in a Korean church, like everybody's like speaking Korean. So like when it comes to just like a native language church, that's one thing. But yeah, like the whole
the-
idea of
yeah.
just like a black
No,
church
but
versus
we speak English. We speak in English.
I
I'm
could tell
talking
you
about
why black people and white people can't go to the church together. I'm gonna tell you why.
why.
Because when a black person goes into a white church, we have to get rid of our identity and our culture for order them for to accept us. When white people come into a black church, we don't never tell them they got to stop with their history. They got to stop with their culture to be accepted. We just love because we love. When a black person walks into a white church, we got to let go of our history. We got to let go of our culture, and we got to conform to their whiteness.
No.
That's why.
No, not true.
That
Actually,
is true.
I tested that. I actually go to. It's predominantly a white church, but the pastor is Mexican, and there's two black
So you
pastors there.
You
No,
just proved my point.
No, it's two black pastors there, and they actually teach at that church. So I just wanted to see if that's the case, would they welcome me? And they actually did. I was like shocked. I was like, okay, because I wanted to test to see if that's really true. If I can I go into their church and feel welcome? And I felt welcome.
You missed her whole point.
Thank you.
She didn't go into
Because that just went over your head.
She didn't go into a church. She went into a white church. I tested this because I pastored in both sides. Whenever I said a white pastor, not no Mexican pastor, not nobody that looked white.
Thank you.
Anything like that. You go into a white church and you're a black person, you have to give up all your what we call blackness, is that the term for it, in order to fellowship with them. You got to put all your trauma, all your stuff behind when you join that church. But when they join a black church, multicultural church that's ran by a black man, they ain't never have to give up nothing. They just come in, fellowship, become members, and start working. And I've seen this. And if you know Fred Price, he should have taught you this because I went to his university. He told you that this is what's going to happen because of the social construct of America, the way it's been put in place, that they always want us to let it go, but they ain't letting nothing go. They just want you to know what you want to know, what they think you need to know, and move forward and talk about Jesus. Remember he gave that one sermon where he talked about that America owes us an apology. We don't owe America an apology. They brought us here. We fought in their wars. We put up with all of their mess. And they owe us apology. They owe us, when he started preaching about, they owe us reformation for what they did to us and our forefathers. They took that joker off air. They ain't been back on air since that summer.
But see, it's that kind of like spirit through the words where it's just like, does anybody really owe anybody anything, right? Like when we get into that, like, you know, like Bruce Lee says, the finger pointing to the moon, like, and when you concentrate on that finger, we're going to miss all the heavenly glory.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Chaplain. I know this is Gina panel, so she can do what she want to do, and she can kick me if she want to. But you about to piss me off. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm sorry, sister. In what way? Because
and go ahead.
I was just asking Stacy, just like, can you just like tell me specifically, like, what is it that I'm doing that is kind of just getting you, more kind of.
Because why would you sit here and say, why would America owe people anything?
No, I said, does anybody, like, does America owe, like,
America
any race
owes
something?
black
And does
people
the
a
race owe, like, so this is where, like, I don't know if you guys can try to put yourself in my shoes, but we were talking about just like black church versus a white church. So when you're a yellow, like person like me in America, and you come into the white church, and I hear like how you both feel, Stacy and A-Train, like when you walk into this situation, you feel that you have to like let go of all of your identity, all of your history, and all, like all that stuff just to be welcomed or anything like here. But then you say that when they come into your church, they don't have to feel that way. Like they're automatically just accepted and everything is just bygones be bygones and it's all good. And why is that? But I see it as just like, it's all in how we perceive ourselves in that situation. Because I'm sure those white people like who do come and get accepted and stuff like that, they are also dealing with that same internal like conflict. Just like, I don't know if they're going to accept me, and like, if they're going to judge me as like just all like my race, like type thing. So to say that like white people don't experience like this same thing, like that's already kind of like a stumbling block here, So it's just, when I go into any church, I don't see like the race. I just see like the spirit of the people. And so when I'm just talking about like they have like the spirit of God, the spirit of love and light and goodness, that's not a race. You can feel that spirit. And so that's what I call like in my eye or in my rhetoric, like this person is white, like I'm not I'm not referring to their race. I'm referring to their spirit in God. But when I hear, the movement,
It's better. It's better that you say this person is light instead than just white.
Right. Thank you, brother.
Hey, Trey.
Because that's how I'm trying to see in just light, right? I see light. Like I see all colors of the rainbow in people, and I see, like the black and the white. White light is all reflections of every like color spectrum, right? Like just they're reflecting every like shade and stuff like that. But just like black light in the sense of scientific, what light is, the black is just like they absorb all light, and it like the reflection back isn't like all the light. So that's the difference between how science defines like light in terms of white and black. So thank you for clarifying that, Kevin.
So what y'all are missing
Hey, that's
in
what I
this
say, Uncle A
conversation.
Train. You want to take over this because I'm getting irritated because y'all every time I try to articulate myself and explain my point of view, y'all keep interrupting me, and I'm about to get irritated. So, A Train, you want to explain why I said what I said, and maybe you could break it down to a point where they can understand it, because obviously what I'm saying is going over their head.
All right. Y'all talking about what y'all see on an individual level when you walk into church. We're talking what happens collectively in the church. I posted many videos of white pastors saying when you come into our church, you can't bring that stuff in here. But they mean it's black history. You never heard a black pastor get up and make these type of comments. You got white pastors where I posted videos of white pastors stand up saying you need to go there and teach them black folks how to act in the churches. And these were popular people, renowned ministries that people are following. But when a black person walks into a multicultural church that's run by a white man, it alleviates everything that deals with black. It's not a feeling a black person has about, if I go in here, I'm going to be accepted. It's actually what's going on. If you go into a black church, it's not that manner. You may feel like, as a white person, you walk in, am I going to fit in? But the atmosphere lets you know you ain't got to fit in. You just be you. You can't do that in a multicultural church that's ran by white people. The moment you start talking about, like, suppose Black Lives Matter come up, no, we don't do that here. If you start talking about the trauma of what went on with black people, no, we don't do that here. But if you go to a black church, they deal with it all the way across the board. You had white people that were freedom fighters, so black people understood. White people that hung with black people, they were called the end lovers. So black people understood when them coming into their churches what they were facing outside from their own people. So it was never like a latch put on them when they came into a church. But a latch is always put on that type. And I guarantee you, you'll see it. You stay long enough, you'll see it. That if you want to bring any type of black history into the church or anything like that, they shut it down real fast and say that when you do that type of stuff, that causes division. When it don't, the more knowledge you have should let you know how to maneuver in this world better. But in those churches, they say talk about black history or talk about CRT, which isn't really taught unless it's at the college level. But what they're really saying, CRT is just talking about black people stuff. That whole thing is thrown out the window when you go into a predominantly white church or church that's ran by white people. You gotta assimilate into what they're doing, or you're gonna be excluded. And I showed a whole bunch of videos of these pastors on a big old board talking about Jimmy Graham was one of the biggest advocates saying, Black people need to stay on that side of the track. The white people stay on this side of the track, and we probably get along better. But a lot of folks didn't know Billy Graham said that till I put the video up. So they're big advocates.
And there's the Christian poster boy right there, right? So when everybody thinks Christian, they think like Billy Graham, right? Just like that kind of thing, right? Wait, Billy Graham or like
when we see black people that have experienced this stuff, we try to write it off and start another type of conversation about the color of the rainbow, what I see. But it's not an individual thing, it's a collective. Because outside, individually people see stuff different, but collectively is what we're trying to address here. You know, I never grew up in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I know until recently with my son, never got mistreated by law enforcement because of my color of my skin, until what happened to my son just this past weekend. But I know what was happening to the collective. So I speak to the collective, not just to what A-Train sees or what A-Train's feeling. You speak to the collective. And when you speak to the collective, you get a better understanding of what these arguments going to. Because when you see people like Strange or Black Lucifer come up, they're talking about their individual stuff. They're not talking about the collective. And they hate to talk about the collective because they feel, since we're talking about that collective and they're part of that collective, they want to fight. And I'm like, no, you don't put up no bridge here. You're supposed to let the water flow. If you don't want to be part of that collective that's causing the problem, then you got to stand over here with us. But they want to be in the collective because there's more of them over there than over here.
Oh, hold on. You just said A-Train. You said they want to be in the collective, but there's more of us over. You said there's more of us over here than like over there, right? Like
more white people over there than over here, and you'd rather stand with the majority instead of the minority, because you get a better benefit if you stood over there with them and then scream back over here than you do standing over with us and scream back over there.
So are they like kind of being like multi-faced in a sense, where there's just like one way here to two-face, but there's more than two faces that people seem to put on, like especially here on TikTok, right? But essentially we're talking about like just being people being two-faced, right? They are presenting them here like, yeah, I'll sit with you and then stuff like this.
Chaplain. Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna need you to get it together, okay, Chaplain? You are old enough to know that racism exists, right? And I'm getting stressed out. I'm stressed out. Okay, I'm crashing out. Why? Because we have to break down racism. It's like trying to break down something broken down, you know. We know this is obvious. We know black people are being mistreated. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that, okay? I'm gonna need you to bear our burdens, Chaplain. Would you want to be a black man right now, Chaplain, or a black woman? You know it's hard, right? Or no? To be black.
I mean, life is hard enough in itself. But again, I mean, like...
That's not what I asked you. Why you can't relate, Chaplain? Are you a Christian, Chaplain?
No.
Chaplain.
I'm a man of God. I'm not a Christian. I'm not...
Okay,
I don't know it's any of these, like...
Of what God? What God, Chaplain?
God, the one and only
because
God.
This is difficult. I don't know why this is difficult. Why do y'all are so educated, but when it come to race, your brain just becomes...
are we making an assumption that like me, an Asian man, has never like experienced racism myself?
I didn't say that. You all had to go
right. Like
okay, so that's not what I'm saying. Okay. What I'm saying, Chaplain, if I was in your life, right? Let's say something. Okay, give me an event in your history. If you told me something about you all, right? I read about the Goa Inquisition. I don't know if that included, because I don't want to put you in a category. When I read about how the Catholics did black people, how they did the Hispanics, that I already heard. I don't have to say, oh, do you mean, let's compare it. No, my heart already is there. It doesn't take rocket science. If I was in the indigenous life, I don't go in there acting like, oh my God, what about black people? No, it's going to be about the indigenous people right then. And I'm going to stand with them. Right, Indigenous Day, I was reposting their culture and all of that. They don't have to come and break it down. I know that that's there. That becomes stressful when you're oppressed, and then I have to explain the oppression and break it down and make you see it from this aspect. That's a lot. It's overwhelming. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and forgive me for like being a cause of just like that kind of just like stress and that that draining
You
of
just
that
being
energy.
just it's just hard. It's just like you're not getting it. It's like I don't know. It's black racism. It's like a mathematical problem that is like calculus or something. But if y'all can understand everything else, you all know how to do everything else. But when we talk about this, it just seems like it's just exhausting. It's exhausting explaining this. Did you get it or no?
It's annoying.
If you don't, then
It's getting really annoying.
So
It's getting
if
annoying because I feel
we're
like they
talking about
purposely come in here and they play obtuse and they purposely misunderstand the points that we are trying to make. And having these panels is getting exhausting. It's like really getting exhausting because I feel like we can't get off of lesson 1 because they purposely not understanding. So we can't even go to lesson 2 because they purposely being obtuse on lesson 1. Like, and it is making me upset, and this is why I can't have these type of conversations with these people on these panels because y'all don't even know the difference between your race, ethnicity, and your nationality. You don't even know that. So why can't I have a conversation with you about racism in America? You can't even differentiate those 3 categories. Like stuff like that just makes me so upset, and it pisses me off when Gina comes up here and she's like pouring her heart out about stuff that's happened to her, and y'all are sitting here gaslighting her like it don't happen. And it pisses me off. Like, it makes me so mad. And then y'all wonder why I go off like this. I be trying to give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I be trying to be nice. I really do. And I really be sparing y'all because I don't say half of the stuff I really want to say. I be trying to be nice and be like, I'm going to show them the love of God. I'm going to just be nice. I'm going to do what God told me to do. But y'all be really trying it. Y'all be really trying it. And then when we get mad, upset, you want to gaslight somebody. You can't tell somebody what we're going through is not happening when you can see it plain as day. It's all over the news. It's all over the internet. Like, how do y'all not see that? And it's pissing me off. Y'all do this all the time. Y'all come into our spaces and then try to tell us what we can and can't talk about in our spaces.
I mean, is that what I was doing? Like, I'm
No,
like,
not necessarily you, Chaplain. I'm just saying.
like I was like, geez, I came off like completely like incorrect, like on this panel, and I'm like, please forgive me, like if this is the way, like I was doing.
Well,
So
let me show you what they're talking about, Chap. Look, we're talking about what's going on with racism with black people, and they're trying to express that. Then you
All right.
bring up what goes on with Asian racism. But when we get ready to talk about racism, we'll be on Asian racism, period. Just like when we were talking about how quickly they passed the bill, a hate bill, boom, within 24 hours, a hate bill against Asians, like smack, boom. Because what a white man did at a nail shop, boom. Hey, they still hadn't passed the no lynching bill against black people yet. They still haven't passed the George Floyd bill. Then you got a white guy who gets a whole day of recognition, and he was a racist. They passed that real fast.
Right.
So when they're talking about what's going on with black people, nobody likes people bring. Oh, the Irish was in slavery too, but we're not talking about the Irish being in slavery. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about what white people are doing, and then you want to switch it to what Mexican people are doing. And like, no, and that throws the whole topic sideways. And black people go like, we don't even want to talk no more because y'all don't even want to deal with the actual issue. Because it's all over TikTok what's happening with black people, with DEI, with this government shutdown, and nobody has a problem. I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of black people don't have a problem with it because they got a job. But when that job go away, they never be ready to take the streets. But when they got a job, they just worried about their family. They're being selfish and not worrying about everything else that's going on. But when we talk about those issues,
Yo, Chaplain, it's Trumpet. I just sent you a request.
Keep talking, man.
White people are poor too.
Yeah, but you just muted me and dropped the call. That's why.
Who?
Yeah, you get mute again. Hold on, wait your turn.
But we're trying to stay on black issues.
What's up, Chaplain? They banned my account, Chaplain. It's me, Trumpet. What's up, fam? How you?
This ain't his lie, dude. You see, and stuff like that. We're trying to get the conversation, and then somebody like that come in and start something else, and it makes it all go the wrong way. We're trying to say what's going on in black communities, but we tell what causes these problems. Nobody wants to list the cause. What's the solution? Okay, here's my solution. Stop being racist. But then they don't know, they don't even know what that means because they lived in it so long. Now they say they can't see it, they don't feel it or nothing. It's like they don't develop a callus over it. But you talked about the sword. They didn't just take the Band-Aid off, they ripped the Band-Aid off. And then say, okay, go do what you got to do. Never fix the problem, never solve the problem. That's why we talked about what is old. If black people got reformation, like the Jews got it, like the Asians got it under the Chinese Act, under the Japanese got it. When it comes to black
Indians
people,
too.
get over it. Yeah, Indians got it. But just roll over and die when it comes to when black people talk about reformation. Do we really owe it? Do we really owe? Yeah, you owe for what you did to the forefathers before us. And if these great grandkids or grandkids are still getting paid, then pay these great grandkids or grandkids of black people, pay them too. But they don't want to do that.
Probably got a call. But yeah, so for example, like when he brought up the man that went in unalive the people in the nail shop and Biden, and let's say if there was a live and Asians was talking about that, I'm going to have a heart for them. They're not going to have to spend half of their life trying to break down why that's bad that man went in there unalive them and that this needs to be a bill passed to protect their lives. No. I'm not going to. That's because I'm already have a heart for what they're going through, and and I'm walking with them. But just imagine if that happens, and then people go in the Asian panel and say, "Oh, well, look at what happened to black people, indigenous. It wasn't that whatever." Just saying something to dismiss it or make it hard for them to even, on top of what they're doing, you making it hard now. This is how we feel. That would not feel good. And saying, okay, Asians have been unalived, and then you got black people and white people in the panel acting like that didn't happen. Oh, I don't see that. Let's just pray about it. What? This is how I'm feeling right now. Yeah.
And I hear you, sister. And again, forgive me if I contributed in just to any of that frustration. And that was not my intention. And I am definitely seeing clearer what I didn't kind of see before. So thank you all for just being patient with me and, being able to just kind of express in your words, just, how you're feeling rather than just.
We just want y'all to care. And I know it's hard because when you say black, right? See, Asian, we don't even, a lot of African, you may say African American, but a lot of times we go by black. Black is not, there's no value to black. Right. So it's hard when you have programmed your mind and look at a group of people as black, right, versus maybe Nigerian or Ethiopian or even if you say Asian, even though it's a continent. I mean, when you say black, it's hard to care about our lives because what are we? We don't know. We don't have a language. A lot of times they're looked at as like an unnecessary person who just commit crimes. So much is against us. So I know it's hard. But that's when, we need to work harder and say, okay, if you're privileged or you've never been through something, go and help the poor or go and sit with people and listen to people who hasn't had it your way. I mean, it's just no excuse for Christians in 2025 with all this media to not know. And it's just overwhelming. And it's not trying to attack you. It's just like, you've been talking and it's like, dang, we're not really getting through. I don't know. I don't know. It's just. Most of my life is just explaining racism instead of dealing with it. Just imagine if we were standing outside and I spent half the day trying to explain that the sky is blue versus like, why is it blue? Like, I just got to convince you that it is blue. That's, I mean, it's right there. The obvious is, we just overwhelmed. It's a lot. You get it?
I do. And I do get, and again, like, I just wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't like coming off as just somebody who, like I understand, like if it was somebody who was like Caucasian instead of an Asian like me, like, yeah, like it's easy to kind
what
of
does that even mean? Let's stop it. And then see, that's already you messing. Now we're going back. No, even though because even Asians, we don't just get oppression from white people. Asians have a mentality like that toward us. A lot of Hispanics, not all of them, but no, you're an Asian, and I can say, okay, we could talk about things you've been through. I'm not going to dismiss that. I'm not going to dismiss whatever your race has experienced, whether it's from misogyny or white people taking your land, whatever you can tell me. Let's say if you tell me that, I'm not going to say, well, it's not that bad. Oh, I'm a minority too, so just we just oh well. You see what I'm saying? It's just like just because you're an Asian doesn't mean it's any more acceptable than if a white person did it or Hispanic. So I don't know what's going on.
No, I just meant like like the racism that an Asian like me probably experienced like in life would be different than like somebody who is Caucasian saying, oh, they've experienced racism just like any other like minority does. That was kind of like the like I guess foundation I was trying to kind of like form, but
see, I don't dismiss. Let's say you've experienced racism, right? Because we know that your land. I wouldn't take that lightly. I don't say, well, black people have been through this for 400 years. You all weren't enslaved for 400 years. Let's dismiss it. No, that means as much to me if you told me something about your race as what I would want you to feel for me. It wouldn't take me all day for me to realize that's messed up how they were done, like your race was treated. It doesn't take me all day to see that, because I don't know. It just seems to. I don't know. It just seems like if it's not at our doors, we don't care. It's just until it happened to us. Like A-Train was saying, if you don't lose your job, nobody cares. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gina, I keep telling you, this conversation is going to go in circles and circles and circles again. I'm getting dizzy. Because we can't even because we can't even get past the definition of racism. Because there's people in the comments right now that are white that really think they experience racism. They really think that. They really think that. Because somebody called them a name. Oh, I experienced racism. Oh, woe is me. They really think that. And that's on an individual level. And I keep trying to say one thing. The first thing I want to say about racism. Racism is the only invention white people don't want to take credit for. You can't experience something you invented. Secondly, black people in America cannot be racist. Why? Because P plus P equals R, which means prejudice plus power equals racism. Black people hold no power in America for you even to experience an inkling of racism. So let's start there. And if you then, after I say that, now they're going to go pull out their hair. Oh my God. That person called me a cracker, so of course I experienced racism. That's what they're going to say in these comments. Wait for it. Wait for it. That's what they're going to say.
And that's what we call the victimhood, like, mentality people, right? They're just, I've been a victim, right? Like, that's what I would refer to as, like, you're just like that thing. And I'm not, I know that was, like, talked about, before I got up here. But, like, do you get that, Stacey? Like, that's where, like, in our like own conscious, we have to realize like when they try to say like we're playing victimhood, like we have to show them that is true victimhood. When you take what like we call you one time as like that's the racism and like that makes me feel like does that make sense? You got to call a spade when it happens like that. So I like that's why I appreciate when you totally just like you, Chaplain. I gotta say, you're really rallying me up type thing.
I'm like Chaplain, I love you, dear, but you stressing me. I think you're trying to get it, but I don't know. I don't know because I can't change the heart. I can't make people see things, and maybe I'm wrong for wanting people to be like me because I'm a very considerate person. Like I'm a very logical, reasonable person. I can get angry now. I got a temper, but. If someone said, I read about what's done to people, I actually care. I don't like when women are mistreated. I don't like when black people mistreat indigenous people. I'm looking at Jesus.
But like that's where like Queen like
looking at Jesus.
Like, don't you think Jesus would just say like, I don't like it when people get mistreated. Like, regardless of just whatever adjective we add on, when people get mistreated, we don't like it. right? Like that's my standard. When somebody is being mistreated, I don't like it. I don't see the like details of the thing. When I see that happening,
See,
I
stop it
don't
right
like
there.
it.
That's the thing. No. You got to see the details, Chaplain. See, you're not seeing it. For example, if Jesus was here and it was a group of women, or he saw that black women are being mistreated by men, he's not going to say, oh, well, I don't see the details. I'm not seeing the pattern that these group of men are being misogynistic. Or I see, oh, these group of people and they're being mistreated on the color of their skin. God cares about the details, and that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. So if we say do Black Lives Matter, hold on, Chaplain, wait a minute. And so if I say do Black Lives Matter, and you say, well, Gina, all lives matter. That's not what I asked you. We know that, but right now we're looking at the Black lives. Do the indigenous lives matter? Well, Gina, all lives matter. No, that's not the response, because I am looking at a particular specific problem with a particular specific group of people, and then that's when we get so spiritual and say, oh, I don't know, indigenous. What do you mean by indigenous? What do you mean by God said love everybody? I didn't say that. He didn't. See, that's when it becomes a struggle, and then I get anxiety, and I get to sweating, and now I have to go get something to drink, and I have to go pace in my hallway. It should not be that hard of a conversation. That you're making it extra hard now. You're oppressing the oppressed. You're making the oppressed have to do more work instead of lifting me up. Oh, I see this is wrong. Let me help you. You should be able to see it. I don't know. It's just like y'all become Stevie Wonder when we talk about this stuff.
And it becomes the oppression Olympics, and that's what makes us so mad. Don't nobody want to do the oppression Olympics. Like when we're talking about black people, we want to keep the conversation centered on black people and racism in America about black people. Yes, we know other races are going through stuff too, but if we're oppressed and we're going through our own stuff, how can we help you?
For real, I'm over here trying to keep my job. Any day I may lose
America
my job.
expect black people to be superheroes, and that's what be making me so mad. We going through our own problems and got our own oppression. We trying to get out to change our own self, but then y'all turn around and get mad because we won't help you get out your chains. Could we get out of ours first? Thank you. That's all we're saying. How is that hard to comprehend? I don't understand. Why do we got to get upset? Why do we got to raise our voice? And why we got to go on just turmoils for people to comprehend that? It's basic 1-2 math. I don't get it.
Right.
And
And I hear you.
I mean, it shouldn't take this long. No, not here. Do you understand, Chaplain? Chaplain, I just feel like you just up here and you just smiling. Chaplain, your brain is on Pluto. I'm serious. And Chaplain, you stressed. I'm stressed out. Chaplain, I'm actually stressed out. I love you. I am stressed out.
I mean,
Do you hear the pain in our voice, Chaplain?
My last name is Pang, so trust me. Like when it's like I'm sorry. Just like my spirit is just one. Like I don't mean to, like rile anybody
But
up.
you are.
Just by being me, and that's the difficult. Just by being me, I seem to rile people up because of just the joy that I just.
Let me ask you something, Chaplain. Do Black Lives Matter, Chaplain?
Of course, right? And of course, all lives matter, right? But in the context of the Black Lives Matter movement, I told people if we're going to make a stand against the police brutality happening against any group of people, the movement should be CLM, Citizens Lives Matter. Then all of us can get on board.
Chaplain.
That's exactly what you're saying to you. That's exactly what they're saying to you. It's like they're trying to show you that if we're talking about a particular topic, if we're talking about a particular topic, stick to that particular topic.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, what's deep to me is that the reason why they even got anything that they have. I was driving, I'm in Philly, right? So I'm driving through Philly. It's blocks of every other group of people that own all the stores in the whole neighborhood. They just gave the people from Africa $9 million to build up their area here in Philadelphia. There is no whole block of black or indigenous people owned stores. And when I say indigenous, I'm talking about me, because I done did my history from digging up my grandparents, my great-great-grandparents, to my great-great-great-great-greats, and we always been here in America. So we are the indigenous. Those other ones are the $5 ones. They are not the indigenous. That is us. We are the indigenous. But that's what I'm saying is like they don't understand that they have everything they have off of our backs. I didn't see them out there getting hosed down when we was trying to sit on the buses or fighting for our rights with marching in the streets or none of that stuff. It's wild to me, but they want to sit here and turn the cheek and wonder why we go through the things we go through or how we're treated or all of that stuff is because it's been something that's been programmed in us to take away who we are, reclassifying us, changing our names, changing our histories through over the years so we don't know who we are. But who we are the no, I say to everybody, the Bible is our history book and they can't stand it. That is our history book, and y'all all going to see the truth real soon. But that is our history book. We learning who we are. The truth is coming out, and they gonna be shocked. But yeah, I agree.
Now, Blue, when you say that, you racist, girl. You racist. You can't say that. You racist. It hurts my feelings. Don't say that.
You know,
Isn't that crazy?
even when I tell certain people that Jesus is black. Oh, why does it matter what color his skin? If it didn't matter, why you changed it?
Why you change it? See, this
If
is
it
the
didn't
thing.
matter,
Yeah. And I mean, Chaplin said, look at him. He said the but, and then he said all citizens' lives matter. How you go from that? We didn't say that. And even when I broke that down, his brain just can't just focus on black people. Why? Because black people really don't matter. That is
we indigenous. We're
pretend.
not even black. We indigenous. Black is not even a thing. They want us to start calling ourselves African Americans. So when they start deporting them, they're going to try to take us to them. No, this is our land. We stay in. We are indigenous here, but they're no different. Those Asians took the land from their dark or indigenous people, which were dark skinned people. So the thing about it is they're the same. They're all the same. There's no difference. That's why they can't see outside of their bubble because they're all the same, unfortunately. And it's not to say that they can't make heaven. They can, but God said vengeance is mine. So everybody gonna have to deal with their curses, and people don't understand that curses is generational. We went through ours. We coming out. Now that we coming out, y'all gonna go in. Y'all gonna have to deal with y'all curses, and y'all going to need us. That's why people gotta really look deep. That DEI stuff is not for us. Even Black Lives Matters thing was not for us, y'all. Y'all have to look into it deeper. It was them creating stuff because they knew if they put that title on it, that we will stand behind it. They've been doing that to us from the beginning, controlling us, using things that's shiny to us. They sent a black president. Oh, we're gonna stand behind, but the whole time he not doing nothing for us. No. Y'all gotta really look deep into it. That DEI stuff was not for us. The Black Lives Matter thing was not for us. That was to push a different agenda that they knew because they put that black in it that we was gonna stand behind it. It's all a game. Everything you see is just a shiny ball.
And see, I agree with that, and I also agree with anything that is associated with something that we could benefit from in just the smallest way is shot down, right? Oh, Black Lives Matter, even though, okay, you may have two women who were whatever their sexuality was, or let's say it was whoever was behind it, anything that may get black people to acknowledge or see what's going on, it's just a stronghold. CRT, okay, well, anything, it's just like it's shot down. It's just gone. It's just no. Don't talk about that. Don't care about what you're going through, and just wait until you get to heaven. I've noticed every other race or ethnicity can be a Christian and actually talk about their culture. But when black people want to say they are the Hebrew Israelites, because a lot of them are. A lot of black people are the Hebrew Israelites. And I don't take that from them. I try to get on them about being, saying white people can't be saved. But even if a black man or a black woman says, I am an Israelite, no, you're being racist. But when the people over there now say that they're Israelite, no one says that. No one questions their lineage. But as soon as,
it's because, like I said, it's an agenda. So in other words, we're going to keep pushing it, let them push that Hebrew Israelite thing and make it seem like it's not real. Oh yeah, we Hebrew Israelites. So the first thing for us is, oh, wait a minute, y'all being racist against other people can be saved. But the bottom line is they right. At the end of the day, they are the Hebrews. We all are the Hebrews. Every last one of us are. That's here in America, that have that history that was in Deuteronomy. That is us. That is our bloodline. At the end of the day, yes, 1000% true. But everyone can be saved when they put on Christ. It's just not going to look the way that everybody think it's going to look. Everybody think that, oh, we all going to be caught up in change. No, it's not. Y'all got to still deal with y'all curses. Y'all not going to y'all can't wiggle out of it. And that guy that was just up here is a perfect example. You see how his mindset is? It's because they're all raised in that mindset.
That's
a lot of
wild.
them can't even say that he is a dark colored man. They can't even
They
say
can't.
it.
No,
Or even be comfortable in their skin saying it. And that's what people fail to realize. If you can't be comfortable with him being me, then you not going to be happy when he is me.
Oh, that is
How
so
much
think
do you
it-
really care for him?
Wow.
I think
sis, that was
it goes
powerful.
back to programming. I mean, we've been programmed up until recently that Jesus was a white man, so they have a hard time accepting that. Even some black people have a hard time accepting that. Back in 2009, there was a Donahue show, and they had black and white people in there, and some of the black people even had a problem with the fact that Jesus could have been black. They had a problem with it. I'm like, it's due to this program. For this many years, we've always accepted that because of the pictures we saw. Yeah.
But
You're
some
right.
of us can accept it. Some of us can accept it because we weren't. I don't know. Some of us is not hypnotized like a zombie. But I'm gonna say this: the other people can't accept it because they were against us. So they deep down inside, even though they might say that they might, oh, I love everyone and da 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 da, but deep down inside, when they find out that their savior is the same people that you put your foot on and stepped on and treated and all of that stuff, and the deepness of your heart treated that way, it's mind blowing to them. They can't take it. It's too much. It's just over the top.
Well,
It
the
is.
deeper thing is, as long as it stay local and black people aren't benefited from it, the only reason Black Lives Matter failed because black people started benefiting from it. Once black people, it went worldwide. Black Lives Matter went worldwide. Then they had something to say about the ladies that were running it. Before, when it was just local and nobody paid attention, everybody was cool. But when that stuff went nationwide, they was over in the UK, they was in Germany, they was in Africa. Everybody was hollering Black Lives Matter. Now it's a problem. So anything that's going to benefit us, when affirmative action was put in place, it was to help us, and they had a problem with it. But when it went to the majority of the white tea women, nobody had a problem with it no more, and we can get rid of it. DEI, they say, was just set up for black people. But when they found out it was help pushing black people to excellence, no, we got to get rid of this thing. I don't care how many white people it's helping. We just can't let these black people get ahead and stride. They mad at our HBCUs. When we had HBCUs that were just producing a low number of graduates because people had got in their mind that they didn't need to go to college. Now it's back in their head that we do need college, and we started graduating a higher rate of people with BA degrees, BS degrees, and masters and PhD. Now we got to shut these HBCUs down because too many smart black people coming out of them. That's how the system works. Anything that's going to profit black people, and don't talk about black excellence. Because now if you talk about black excellence, you must be putting the white man down. No, it was the other way around. You said white pride for a reason. We said black pride for a reason. Yours was derogatory. Ours was to build up our race. That's why you don't say certain things. Just like I had somebody post on my stuff talking about, well, I love being white. Because I posted something about some sororities doing a step to I love being black. So I love being, see, you don't even know. You've been programmed so much you don't even know when you're being derogatory.
Wow. See,
to
that's what's
going on.
stressful.
And that's what I be up here fighting about. Just like Red, he's so mad now about me talking about white people. Check this out. Gina, when you talk about these dumb nutcase black men, do you see me going like, but Gina, not all black men are like that. And Gina, look, let me tell you. So you don't see me doing none of that mess because they stupid black men. I'm
And
probably
you know
helping
you're
talk
not the
about
ones
it
I'm
too.
talking about. That's not you.
And that's what I'm trying to explain. I said, Red, if I'm not talking about you, why are you so upset? Because I'm white. Well, then that means you have something going on inside of you then.
Yep.
Because I'm not
Exactly.
talking about you. Are you a Christian nationalist? No. Are you a white Christian nationalist? No. Well, what are you mad about? You should be helping me argue with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, can you take the white out? They white.
Yeah, that's the
Charlie
whole point.
Kirk. Oh, y'all. Charlie Kirk said he's white. And this is what he did, Jenny. He said, I'm white, I'm a Christian, and I'm a nationalist.
Sure
But let me
did.
tell you what they're going to say. Well, he didn't put the whole thing together. I said, all he did was put an and between them. Are y'all that dumb?
Not an and. Now they can't understand the and.
Yeah, he said he white and he a Christian and he a nationalist. I said, that's a white Christian nationalist, y'all. No, I said, well, if I'm black and I play basketball, don't that make me a black basketball player? Well, that's
Look
not the same thing.
A Train, look at what Red just said. I'm a white Christian nationalist. Okay, so you do know.
If he's a
Red,
white Christian nationalist, I
let
can
me
understand why
screenshot that.
he's so
Somebody,
upset.
Stacey, hold on. I'm gonna make sure I
If he's
get
a
that.
white
Red, you
Christian
should be
nationalist,
ashamed.
oh, he ought to be mad. He ought to be mad because white Christian nationalists are deemed to be
I
for
got
white
it.
supremacy.
Don't worry, I got you, sis.
Oh,
Thank
no
you, sis.
wonder he mad.
Mhm.
Okay, I got it. Okay, he has the right to be mad because
Gina,
first of all,
look at your text message, sis.
Okay.
so let me break this down to y'all. First, being a nationalist is wrong automatically. If you know what a nationalist is, it's not patriotism. A nationalist only cares about its own particular group or nation of wealth. That means it can either be a black or a white. So you're not supposed to be nationalist at all. When you put Christian on there, that means you're using the Bible to justify your nationalism.
Wow.
And then when you white, you just letting know what group of people is producing your white Christian national. And I told them right off, I said, I don't believe in black Christian nationalists neither. But when I said something about black Christian nationalists, then no black people jump on my line talking about, oh no, not me. Only the white people get mad
Wow.
because they know I'm not talking about them.
He just exposed himself. Red, you sat up there and acted like you didn't know what racism is. I just see love. I don't see any color. And you say that in the comments. Oh, man.
I
told y'all.
Well, I understand now. I understand why
I told y'all.
I understand
I
why
told
he
y'all.
mad now. And I defined what a white Christian nationalist was, and he said he's that, then I understand why he's mad. So I'm gonna come for you too, Black Lucifer. You on the list.
I
That's a
told
doggone
y'all, you let
shame.
somebody talk long enough, they're gonna show you who they are. I told y'all that. I've been told y'all that him and Stranger and a couple other them fools was racist. Y'all didn't want to believe me. I told y'all.
They're racist. Black people.
Ain't nobody slandering you. You said it your own self. What is you talking about?
Lord have mercy.
You hot, you freezing. Open your door. There's something cool there. That's a doggone shame.
You don't even know what the law is.
What's against the law? To slant. You said you was a white Christian nationalist. It ain't slander if we repeat what you said. If I accused you of being one, that's one thing. But you came up here and said you do know what a nationalist is. I do know what a nationalist is. I defined it on my live. I define every word. I know legalism. You said you was a white Christian nationalist, and I told y'all what a white Christian nationalist was, and gave you the links to everything to go to their links to show you what Charlie Kirk resided with. And if you're saying you're a white Christian nationalist, evidently one, you may not know what a nationalist is. Now I wonder if you know what a Christian is, but I do know you white. But slander is when you make up something. You said that. And I defined the whole time he was in my live that day, Stacy, I defined to them what a white Christian nationalist was. I defined what nationalist was. Most nationalists believe the country was based on them and nobody else. And the Constitution was not a Christian document. They weren't even Christians when they set up that. They were nationalists. That's why you had the Democrats used to have what they called the Dixiecrats. They were Southern Baptist Christians that were part of the KKK.
Look at him. You are not the authority. You know what? I must say you are exposing yourself. Now watch them crash out in the comments with this picture.
What do you mean I'm not the authority on definition? That's why we got a dictionary. You see how dumb
You
they
act like you making
You're
a
not
definition
authority.
of. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm reading the definition. Don't went to school and everything and learned this stuff. And don't tell me, what do you mean authority on? That's why you look the word up.
This is a lot. Yeah, I hate that. Y'all were right. Like you said, I had. Y'all said.
He got me with that one. You
I
can't
tried
make
to
up your
tell
own.
y'all.
So what's the new definition for KKK? Is it that they got a new definition for that?
Of course. You know, they say now the KKK wasn't racist. They was doing their job. Let them tell it.
Where if you say you're a white Christian nationalist, brother, you just admitted you're a racist.
He sure did. He literally
You said
just
it.
did that. That's
You
crazy.
said it. I didn't. I defined what a Christian nationalist was. And I showed you the backgrounds. I showed you 4 different dictionaries that told you what one was. And you can't
Black
make up your
Lucifer.
own.
Jesus didn't preach nationalism though.
Wasn't he
Say
the one
what?
that wasn't Red the one that came in your live and trying to act like the word you were messing up the definition and saying it wrong and but you knew exactly what it meant, Red. Red, you have broken my heart. You and Stranger just man, that's messed up. I'm just so sick of this stuff. You
I
all
made
just
up
really
their own definition of the word. You're not supposed to be a nationalist at all, first of all. Period. You're not. That's why I told them when I talked about black nationalists, they didn't come in and comment like, black people aren't black nationalists. They didn't say that. You get what I'm saying? When I talked about a white nationalist, then none of them came in there, or some white people came in and said something. And then once I put Christian on there, they all lost their rabbit mind. I said, that's what he said he was. He said, I'm a white and I'm Christian and I'm a nationalist. I said, oh my God. And there's preachers on here preaching about it now because I wrote churches. I said, if y'all ain't going to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. And don't ask me to come preach at your church no more. And I done seen 6 preachers get on here and preach what Christian nationalism was. And the reason they're saying Christian nationalists, because black people are pushing it with these white Christian nationalists. So they're just saying Christian nationalists now. So you got black people right behind them like T.C. Pappy.
Who's T.C. Pappy?
This is
They know Minister T.C. Pappy. They know who he is. Talking about let's end racism on white people.
Hell yeah.
Who said that?
Okay, hey, I have a question. Like a real question.
Well, I hope it ain't fake.
Please don't listen. I'm gonna warn you now.
What did I say?
I want you. This ain't a safe space tonight. I'm gonna let you know that now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to think long and hard about this.
Okay, yes, Stacey. Okay, Stacey. Yes.
I remember you, CGI. You got some crazy thought processes. So don't say nothing too crazy. What is this, CGI? What you got?
I think maybe I better step down. But hey,
it's not an attack. I'm just trying to see. No, I'm just letting you know because we've been attacked up here, right? We're so go ahead and say what you want to say.
Well, right. I'm not trying to like run end racism, I guess, but I do want to ask if I see somebody like a profile picture and I think they look black, is that racist?
What do you mean if they look black? I mean, it's not racist if you think they look black. Racism is you seeing yourself as superior to another race and you put policies and things in place to make sure your race is superior in the land or in the world. Are you saying just acknowledging the features that are considered so-called black features? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like noticing that they're darker than me.
No, that's not racist. Now, what you think about that darker than you? What goes through your mind and your heart when you notice that? Just be honest. What's the first thing that comes to your mind if you see a black person that's darker than you?
Well, I've been listening to the rhetoric recently. I've never really.
No, I'm asking you. Just don't even. No. What comes to your mind if you see like a black man or a black woman walking or a black man picture, a black woman's picture? What do you think about when you see that?
Well, that's Jesus right there, right?
No, I'm saying like just we just be honest. Like if you see a black man or a black woman on TikTok, like you scroll and you see a black man, yeah, what goes to your mind?
Oh Lord.
Just say
I'm
it.
gonna say it. I'm saying it, Democrat.
Wow.
I'm not a Democrat.
Well,
I
she
know
was
you're
honest.
not.
Okay.
I know
So
you're
what
not
makes
a
you think?
Democrat.
Okay, so what makes you think that when you see a black man or a black woman and you say, "Oh, they're a Democrat," what makes you think that?
Well,
Are you saying Democrat? Hold on, because what I just got from that, you're basically saying Democrat for another word for the N word, because that's what y'all associate Democrat.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, let me
I
mute.
got you, Stacey. Okay, so why do you say that? Because before we just be honest, just let it out. I heard you, CGI. You being Nunaki's live, so this is not hard for you. You can handle this. So okay, you say I see a black man's picture on TikTok. Oh, that's a Democrat. What makes you think that? Just say it. Do you think it's what is it?
Well, if they're not like in Yaju Judah's live, then they're in other political lives, so they must be a Democrat.
But what if you don't see them in other lives? You just saw the profile picture. What makes you think that they're black men?
My algorithm doesn't have too many black people.
So she just stereotypes all people.
Thank you, Blue.
All right. So
wait, how's it a stereotype?
So let me ask you a real quick question: is that guy Red? Is he a YT person?
Hold on, who you talking about? Sis?
Red.
Oh, the black Muslim guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. You probably seen him. He used to go by Black Lucifer. I don't know what's up with that, but he used to have the long hair. He'd been on here for a while, and he would talk about love.
He from here. No, you not. Where your great grandparents from? Cut it out. What's her name? CG. Are you from America?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee.
Where your great grandparents from?
Tennessee.
So
I mean, I'm not sure.
You don't know, do you?
Do you see
that's
black?
So wild. It's so wild because they try to say that we don't know our history, but they really don't know theirs. That's
what I say all the time. I say
They don't
How
know.
about Michigan? I think maybe Michigan.
They don't need to know this white supremacy.
They came from another country, from somewhere.
I'm still stuck on this Democrat situation. I'm still scratching my head.
Well, that's why I came in the panel. That's why I even got in the panel, though.
Yeah, but
it sounded
okay. Let me ask you: when you see, okay, so Democrat, why do you think black people are Democrats? Why do you think about black people as Democrats? What makes you think that?
Well, I live in a majority of the town, all the town is white here. I don't. So it's really just my.
I think she need to stop.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm racist.
No, because this is a okay. No. We're gonna let it, and then because this is proven what we've been experiencing.
Well, no, because an N-word is not a Democrat. That's not what I said.
No. I'm saying there is a what we call this a stereotype. There's black people are already.
Oh, okay,
defined.
yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to understand. So I'm trying to understand the white people when they see the black people, right? So I want to be in your mind right now. I'm in CGI's mind. Okay, so let me know. Okay, you see a black man, TikTok, and it's a Democrat. Why do you connect that? What do you see in the media, or what do you think, or your family talk about to make you think that black man is a Democrat?
Well, people around in town, if they're ever talking about Democrats, they'll mention that they're black people.
Wow, really?
But the town you're from is mostly Democrat. Hold on. You're from Tennessee. You right across the border from me. The majority of Tennessee is white people. The majority of people in Tennessee, before they redistricted and redlined it, the majority are Democrat and they white folks. So even in your white town in Tennessee, you probably got more Democrats than Republicans, and they ain't black. So how did you get this association?
This is from the people that are into politics. Yeah. Well, Jesus.
The majority of the white people around you are Democrats. So how did you automatically associate black people to Democrat and not the white people in your town as Democrat?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
How did you automatically associate black people to Democrats and you live in a majority white town and more than half the folks in your majority white town are Democrats, but you associate black people?
Right. I'm around Republicans more though. So.
But they white though. They still white Democrats.
Yeah. They still talk
how
about.
How did you automatically make it about black people then?
I didn't.
Who you said it?
What did I say?
You said when you see black people, you think that they're
No, that's
Democrats.
not what I said. I said, is it okay to see somebody's profile
No.
picture
No,
and
That's
say,
not what
hey,
she
that's
said.
how
that's
black
not
I
what you
am?
said.
No. Okay,
You
see.
said that. You say when you see black, you see Democrats.
Oh my
black.
gosh. Hey, Lucifer, what's up, buddy?
Oh, that's your
Nobody
buddy,
on this
huh?
panel is Democrats. We don't affiliate with no political party. So what are you talking about?
And on top of that, I'm a Republican, first of
Yeah,
all.
that I was gonna say that.
But
Oh,
you
look
you're
at
friends with
what he said. Black Swamp. Yeah, let me screenshot that.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Now, Red. Now,
He's
if y'all
showing his
see,
colors now.
he's
He's
showing his
showing his
color. But you
colors.
know what? And that's cool. You know, now this is it. Now, what you have shown me is that the majority of the people that you are around, regardless if they are really a Republican or a Democrat, will look at black people as Democrats, as low lifes, right? So now we have something that's not true if they're Republican, and then they just saying, oh, you know, well, black people are just Democrats, as if there's a lot of white Democrats there. See, this is how we get these stereotypes on black people, because there are a lot of black Republicans too. Okay, like A-Train say he's a Republican. So we have all this working against us. You know, it's just kind of like a white woman, she sees a black man and she grabs a purse, or you see a black woman and, you know, they say, oh, look, ghetto, not knowing that there are a lot of educated black people who are not in media. This means that media is biased. People just say things because it's how they feel about black people. And now we have to pick up all these pieces. So now we have to go and try to get a job and you, oh, that's just a Democrat. Oh, that's just a ghetto black man, ghetto black woman. That's not fair. Before we even get a chance, we've already failed. This is hard. And this is what we're talking about. But they say, no, black people, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Stop complaining. But these are the stereotypes that are holding us back.
Hey, Gina,
CGI?
you see what Lucifer put? He gonna talk about Google it. Now I Googled everything about white Christian nationalists, right? But he who's authority on definition. But then he gonna tell me to Google something. Google it. But he won't Google white Christian nationalists and see what it really is. You see what I'm saying? You see how hypocritical
Because they pick and choose the narratives they want to run with. If it don't fit their agenda, they're gonna throw it away. So they pick and choose the narratives they want to run with. A definition is a definition. Y'all like to change definition. If anybody changes definitions about words, it's white people.
Sure is. I mean, you got white, you got Hispanic, white, and is this now? If you go and apply for a job, they have for white, indigenous people of the original people of North Africa. They changed it. They've added white people. You literally can look it up, and it says that on the white. It said original people of Europe, from Europe and North Africa, to take away. Now I'm going to show a picture. Now this is what it says, right? And I'm going to give you a picture from an archaeologist. Give me a second here. I'm going to put this on my background, but this is not. You see people having debates over the Egyptians being black. Why? Because if you admit that the Egyptians were black, then you must get rid of these stereotypes, such as the black Democrat, the NIGGER, the ghetto. Because why? Now look at this dark people. Look at these people. These are the Egyptians. This is on the 12th dynasty. It's from 12th dynasty of Egypt, 1870 BC, the tomb of Qutmotep II. Patriarchs, Semites, and Asiatics. Okay, now you got these are supposed to be the Hebrews right here. Look at the color of their skin. Look at the afros, and these are the Egyptians. Some of them. Look up there. Look how dark they are. But when we get on here, we say, no, black people didn't build the pyramids. Black people don't know anything. They was in mud huts and throwing darts. This is hard, and this is fact. It's crazy, Train. This is too much, man.
Throwing darts, though.
That's what they say. They say there's throwing dart. Well, they would probably say like spear or something crazy that they say. I'm trying to sound ignorant like them. Yeah. And mud huts. But look at this. I heard a white pastor say that if black people didn't have slavery, they would be in mud huts. But the pyramids are not mud huts. And they were black people.
We are the builders. We the creators, the builders. God put it in us. But listen, they're going to be in for a rude awakening.
Look
That's
how
all
they
I got to
lie.
say.
Yeah. But look, not even just the Hebrews are black. Now I'm gonna line this up with the Bible. Look how amazing it's going to be. Now the middle part of the Hebrews. Okay, you got the Egyptians. This is why in Acts the man told Paul, "Aren't you an Egyptian?" Because they looked just alike. They were black. They had a black hue. They had nappy hair. These were the Hebrews. These were the Egyptians. And they lie and say, no, you black man and black woman, you made nothing. You created nothing. And how dare you try to correct this? Because if we try to correct this history, you are racist. That's what they say. Word, and I hope you listen. The word became flesh because you are racist. Black youth, you are racist. Riz, if you listen on your 1,000 accounts because you obsessed with me, you are racist. Now you all on the live yesterday. I think it was Kayla's live, and they said all Gina does is talk about race. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about race because it's against God and it's a lie. It's when I say that, that means you use race to say black people are nothing. But look at these color right here. These are not Arabs. These are not white people. These are black people, but you lie and support media that says that we built nothing and we know nothing and are in mud huts, and none of these people are in mud huts. It's not right, and it's demonic. Okay, I'm done.
I wish I was there for the conversation.
Yeah. So do these look like Democrats?
You know what? I plead the fifth. I'm good. I'm good.
I guess they are Democrats.
Well, we have protests going down in Memphis, and majority is black people. Yeah.
Oh, a majority of black people protesting. What they're protesting about?
Because tell them why they protesting. I'm right here when I just left that protest. Tell them why they protest.
For the what is it? The Elon Musk's Tesla or whatever factory.
No, it's not. That's
I heard they arrested folk. Trump said they're arresting people. I looked at Arca, said they're not.
I ain't talking about no fucking no. I'm not talking about no damn no King's protest.
See, let me tell you why they down
Oh,
there.
Lord, she's crazy. Look, hey, Stacy, this like a new Nike on 10. She hang out with new Nike.
No, I'm not.
So that means she belong in a psych ward.
Video Nike made about me about A-Train.
Well, I do have an eating disorder, which is a mental health disorder.
Yeah, but you eating the wrong thing.
What are
in Memphis? They're protesting because they're trying. They brought the National Guard into the black communities. That's what
he said. That's not what that is not what I'm talking about.
Well, that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, well, they're getting polluted by the whatever that's powering Grok is polluting the town more than it's already polluted, and they're getting mad. So.
No, they're over there fighting because they brought the
What's wrong? What's wrong with helping the climate? Like.
What do you mean helping the climate? Republicans don't believe in no climate.
You don't believe in a climate?
Republican are you?
Republicans don't believe in climate change. Why do you think they dismantled every law Biden put into law to fight climate change? What are you talking about? They believe it don't exist.
Let me tell you why I live.
I know, man.
I live in Blythe, Arkansas. I was just left the protest that was going on, and it was about them bringing the National Guard into their city. And they're going after all the black people with the National
Guard. A lot of my family's National Guard.
Well, that don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now. You just lied on what that demonstration was.
No, I didn't. XAI? It's a huge factory.
Oh, Lord have mercy. They're not protesting.
Oh, okay, then I guess they're Democrats, right?
Oh my God, Jesus, take the wheel.
I got it.
I keep forgetting it. They slow. I don't know if they be acting slow on purpose or is that really?
Listen, I feel like I'm in a kindergarten class.
Hang on, I'll get you.
I really feel like I'm in a kindergarten class. I can't take it. I'm getting overstimulated, and I listen. I can't.
This is too much.
Because what is she even talking about? I'm still scratching my head on that Democrat comment.
That's what happened.
I can't get over that one.
Okay, if you want to cover it up by saying it's because of the military or the guard, National Guard.
Tracking. CJ, are you on a substance or something?
Oh my gosh, you don't even believe in climate change.
Who don't believe in climate change?
You just said that. Oh my God.
No, I did not.
She on an illegal substance. Ain't no way.
Is she okay? Is she okay?
Are your fellow black people okay? Are your black people okay?
Black people. Oh.
No.
There's videos of them literally talking about it, yelling, screaming, because they're,
Because why are the black people protest? You didn't answer HR.
Wait, why are they screaming? I forgot. Maybe they're passionate about the whole thing.
Passionate about what? What they're passionate about? CGI?
What is that? Egypt? Gross. You know they ate poop. You know they ate like weird
Girl, they didn't eat
animal
no
poop.
damn
That's
poop.
weird. I
Oh,
told
Yeah,
you.
the hell they did.
Sorry.
She must be. alcohol.
I'm sorry, Blue.
Do she really want to go there, Gina? Gina.
You know they be drinking and getting on lives and acting.
I got me some Jim Beam, honey.
Yeah, I tried
What?
to. I told you.
Y'all don't drink Jim Beam?
You
No.
look like a Jim Beam. I scrolled TikTok and I saw your picture and I said, "Oh, that's a Jim." I thought about Jim Beam.
Okay, so Black Lucifer, he's not a racist.
You just said
He's
he was.
really not.
That's her friend.
Hey, can we get back to the topic? She's kind of distracting.
Yeah, you're racist.
But Black Lucifer came on and said he was a white Christian nationalist. That is a white supremacy.
That's crazy, right?
So he said that. It ain't slander. He said it. We screenshot it when he said it. I told him what a white Christian nationalist was in my live when he sat up in my live for 30 minutes spamming. And then he got to tell me that my authority on dictionary, on words, what he said, authority on words and the dictionary. Then he got to tell me to Google something. Like, I don't know what the Black Swamp is. I don't even know why he bringing up Black Swamp.
Cause he trying to say that's what he trying to say he from. He said that's his tribe. Where he a lion firefly.
This
That
is
ain't
so
his
bad.
tribe. They claim that stuff. And I'm talking about on the Native American side. We call them $5 Indians, because there were never no European people involved in the Native American until they became inbreeds.
Oh, see, look, AI server farm poisoning neighborhoods.
CGI, do you love black people?
What? Is this a trick question?
No, it's a yes or no
Wow.
question. Why is it stressing you out to answer it?
Because I don't know a lot of black people. Hey, don't be mean to me right now. So
Why every time somebody asks you a question,
Gina.
somebody being mean to you?
Gina,
Girl.
I just looked up what part. I just realized what part of Tennessee she might. Remember, I told you about White County here in Arkansas.
Hey, wait.
They got one in Tennessee too.
Oh my gosh.
You know, with
Is she a believer?
Brett
Is she a believer?
No.
she ain't no
Yeah, of course I am.
No.
She's psychotic.
Black
She's a
Lucifer.
believer
You're
in
psychotic.
alcohol.
Do you love black people, CGI?
Did I say anything but yes?
I didn't hear you say yes. You said I don't know a
just
lot of
said
black
yes.
people.
I said yes.
Oh, it took you a while. You said I don't know any.
Do you
See,
love
why-
white people? Do you
Yeah.
love white people?
Yeah, you saw how fast I could respond to that?
You
I
say,
didn't say,
yeah,
oh,
like,
I don't know a lot
yeah,
of white
maybe kind of.
people. That was fast. You took like 3 days.
Hey, Gina, go watch your old cowboy. Look, I can just tell y'all go watch your old cowboy picture and let you see that Black Lucifer don't know what you're talking about. Go watch a movie called, you remember Gunsmoke, Big Valley, The Long Range?
Just
All
look at
them.
his
Go
name.
watch their movie. You'll see white people came to America, inbreeded. Whenever you had an inbreed, they call them inbred. They weren't accepted by the white or the Native Americans unless their father was a chief or something. White people inbred it into the Indian nation.
So my family.
Wow.
So he started talking about $5 Indian. You don't even know what a $5 Indian is. You can go watch an old cowboy picture and see that.
He only comes in lives to distract. He's not really serious.
Nah, now he's saying that's called an inbred, you nutcase. God dang.
I was about to say the same, not the same thing, but
As y'all have seen, we have the same problem with Christians claiming that they're Christian who are non-black as we do with people who are not Christian who are non-black. This is a big deal. A non-black Christian should not be acting like a non-black the person who's not a Christian. This is not good. This is not good. You all, it's
I
really
get
bad.
more support from people that aren't Christians than I do with the Christians. That don't make no sense.
Red, I'm so
I
disappointed.
got more
You.
people that are Christians supporting the movement to let me get this black change into the neighborhood, work in the neighborhood. And look, go look at my pictures when I was in the UK. Look at all my pictures in the UK and see if the majority there black or white in the UK when I was there
Oh my
fighting.
gosh, I'm so sorry. I haven't followed you back, A Train. My bad.
You've been following me. You follow my other accounts, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm not following this one.
Do foreign American immigrants succeeding over native born Americans frustrate the panel?
Say what?
What?
I
Chaplain,
don't
didn't I tell you to go get a snack?
There's no such thing as a foreign American immigrant.
Yes,
They
but
just
I answered. Yes,
in
it does. It's
America.
called another word for that is colonization. I have a problem with colonization. Yes, I do. And it's not
Oh, okay.
that they're succeeding. When we talk about the multitude, I talk about the collective. They still hadn't done what there's when before Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson came in as president and he shot down the executive order for 50 acres and a mule. Black people were building towns and cities, had their own Wall Street, they had their own everything. When he shot down that executive order, they burned down the Wall Streets, they flooded the black cities, and they dispersed us around the United States. Yes, I had a problem with it. But they don't want to talk about their history. Oh, just forget about that. We're all equal. But give us back our black. Because if you go to Texas right now, y'all talk about Texas, right? Gina, pull up the percentage of black people in Texas to white people. I bet there's more black people that live in Texas than there are white people. But you know what? They redlining Texas. They're trying to redline it again.
Wow. That's why they rent. Yep. It's so sad. But and would you say that most of those people who dispersed us all across the U.S. were they professing Christians? A lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them were. They were helping us out in the name of Jesus. Gina.
Lord have mercy. That's a big problem, and they say don't look at that. But Jesus talked about it. He said, "Beware of wolves in sheep's clothing." Those are wolves. Now, if Jesus tells me to beware of wolves in sheep's clothing, how do you dare, Red and all these other people, CGI, say don't worry about it or just dismiss it? Well, you're not a Christian. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep you out of that one. But the professing Christians to be oblivious on purpose to racism and misogyny, it's hypocrisy.
They don't even know what it means when they say they're American. You just had a president get mad and didn't even know he was the president of Puerto Rico. He didn't even know he was the president of the Virgin Islands. Y'all don't even know what it means to be American. Y'all have redefined what Americanism is. That's what, and I really believe you're a nationalist now. Because first you were telling me you are half breed, and then you turn around saying you're mixed. So you don't even know what America means. You ain't gave up none of your heritage. You up here talking about the black swamp like I don't know it's up in Ohio and stuff. But
Hey, so just
see how they do? They want to recognize their culture and race when they want to, but let us recognize ours. All of a sudden, we racist. You're just talking about I'm mixed. You mixed with what? You American. You ain't mixed with nothing.
He don't even
Where you mixed
recognize
with?
his. He don't know where he from. He don't know where his grandparents from, his great greats. None. He don't know where none of them's from.
I know.
They
I'm
just say
just
America.
bouncing off his own words, man. Because first, now he's saying he American. But earlier he was talking about he was indigenous.
Lucifer, you're a racist.
Then he said he was mixed. Now he say he's American. He don't know what he is. He don't even know his own history.
Right.
That's what I be talking about right there. Uneducated people trying to get in a conversation they don't know nothing about and end up stepping on their own stuff.
I told you, and that's why we should stop having these conversations with these people because they don't even know basic information.
Post the
half of us on this panel, or majority of us on this panel, are college educated and can read past the 5th grade level. We all graduated from high school. We all are very well educated. So I don't even understand why are we having conversations with people who dropped out of high school, with people who can't read past the 5th grade.
White privilege
Like I don't understand
your
it.
college education. Their white privilege outweigh your college education. You know, going to school don't mean nothing.
Why say that? Why say that though?
Hey, watch this. Look at this right here. This is what I want to tell you. So it's on census.gov. Look at the definition of white. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. That wasn't always there. But the original peoples of North Africa, how? When we see, I had the picture here. This is how big this is. This is like white people, CJ. This is North Africa. This is Egypt. See how they lied about that? That's not right to lie. White people are not the original peoples of the Middle East, and definitely not the original peoples of North Africa. See, this is a big deal, and I don't know. And then they talk about the Bible and the Spirit of Truth. You know, Trinitarians say, "Oh, the Spirit of Truth, He won't speak on His own authority," but they never hear Him. You know, the Christians, "Oh, Jesus, the Father is the Spirit, and if the Spirit in the Father, Spirit of Truth. How is He not guiding you in all truth? Truth about racism, truth about your food and medications. What God are you serving?"
Gina, you just said Trinitarians. They not even in truth. So how you gonna expect for them to have truth?
I know, but you know they claim they got it. You right. But you see how they claim, right? They claim to know this God. They claim. But they unalive. You got the Catholics taking out people's land, the Africans and the indigenous, these Protestants taking people's land, and these Christians on here, Red is saying he a black nationalist. You all are the ones Jesus white now. I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you, A-Train. My mind got white nationalists. But then to say you love Jesus and it's all about love. It's A-Train. It's all about love. I can't tell. It's not about love. This is just, oh Lord, they have exposed themselves even more tonight, I tell you. And he keep going in and out. He obsessed with you, A-Train. He going in and out.
This is what happened. Whenever I catch them in lies, then just like Strange, they'll follow me to other lies.
What is Strange?
But look, they all came before anybody knew any of these folks. They used to all be part of Church of TikTok. Nobody had problems when we talked about race and colonization and all this. But once this Charlie Kirk dude died, or unalive, whatever they want to put it as, now all of a sudden they didn't even know who the dude was. They just know he got unalive, and they go listen to all his sermon, but they don't ever go look at his agenda. I mean, just like I used to tell them all the time.
Black Lucifer, what is the definition of a nationalist?
He don't know. Wait. Google it.
No.
What is the definition of a nationalist?
These people crazy.
I'll wait.
And he were the same folk when I was in the hospital calling me and talking great about me and all that. But once I went against this Charlie Kirk dude, all of them got mad. He's got a wife, he's got children. I'm like, so did Martin Luther King. And he said he hated Martin Luther King.
Yep, he said he don't deserve a holiday.
Martin Luther King.
That's a patriot. Patriot is what is something who loves their country.
They're trying to disguise nationalism under patriotism. Patriotism and nationalism is two different things.
That's what I was trying to see if he knew the difference. That's why I asked him that.
It's not a person who loves their country. See that?
See, that's how you know. This is why are we having conversations with people like this?
Look, let me get y'all to understand something off the bat. America is not a literal nation. First of all, let's get that straight. If you study what America really is, it's going to blow all y'all mind away, because America is a melting pot. It was established under a corporation. So the United States, call yourself an American, is not the nation you're from. So you don't even understand the simple things trying to argue with me. It don't mean you love your nation. America ain't even a nation. That's why we have territories. Puerto Rico ain't part of the nation of America. They can't even vote certain ways. They're just citizens. You know, the Washington, D.C. does not even sit on the continent of the part of what we call the United States. It's actually a territory, the District of Columbia. It's not even part of the states. It's not even recognized as a state.
Okay, why do you have to be Black Lucifer? Why can't you change your name, dude?
Black Lucifer, what are you even talking about right now, dude? I'm really trying to keep up with these comments, but you all over the place.
I wasn't born in America. Hold on, let's back it up. I wasn't born in America. What are you talking about?
Get in the box, Ray. You got a lot to say. Come in the box.
This is so stupid, Gina. How many times I told people where I was born?
I don't love this country, and I'll be the first one to say it. Why would I love a country that don't love me?
That's a good point.
Make it make sense.
I'm considered American because my dad was in the military. I was born in Uganda, in Lango, in a hospital called Lanier. So don't see that means you ain't paying attention to nothing I've been talking about. Everybody knows where I was born. And if it wasn't my dad being a United States military soldier, I wouldn't even have citizenship right now. I had to gain citizenship.
So what is this dual citizenship that I've been hearing about?
I'm a citizen in Lango, which is
what it is?
the state of Uganda. It's in Africa.
So you are dual citizen then?
Yeah, I'm dual citizenship.
Okay. See, I don't know. People never clarify. They're always just into the hard politics. And I'm white and stupid, so.
Oh my God.
See, now he done stepped on himself again. He don't even know what a nationality is. And he don't even know that the United States is based on, you know we don't have free enterprise outside of the UK, right? Go check the dollar. The UK pound is worth more than the American dollar. Go check and see if I'm lying.
Oh my God. Did you, Black
Christianity is
Lucifer, do you know that Christian nationalist, right, is a rhetoric that claims America was founded on Christian nation, right? Which ignores the indigenous genocide, the enslavement of African people. So how are you a Christian nationalist?
No, he said he was one. So when we go to court, you want to sue somebody, I'm gonna show him.
He ain't got no money to sue you. It take money to sue somebody.
I know. I'm just messing with him. But I won't be able to go to court. Look, this is what he put on TikTok there. He was a white kid. Slander is when you make up something about somebody. You said it. So that ain't slandering. You don't even know.
You ain't got no case. I'm gonna let you know that now. You wasting the court's time before you even get there. They ain't even gonna let you file it.
Oh my God. Hey, Trent, did you see the video I posted?
Oh, which one?
It's a long one. It's a really long one, but I totally forgot I posted
That's
it.
not what a national is.
I've taken all
Man, I
my
invited you.
videos.
Come on. No, I didn't hear it. They were. Oh, there you go. I didn't know you dropped. Yeah,
That
I
is
haven't
not
heard
what a
it.
national. You know what he did, Gina? You remember I tell that people just click on the first link? They don't never read the whole definition. He just probably read the first sentence.
Exactly. A person who loves
he
their
probably
country at the
Googled.
detriment of others. Read that part.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, Gina. Did you listen to the song?
Your song?
The one I wrote about you.
No, when you sent it, I
That is
never
not
get.
what it
You
is.
sent it to
Stop
me?
messing with me.
Yes, it's in your messages. I'm gonna send it to you again right now so it can be fresh in there.
Okay.
But I'm about to go to bed. I forgot to ask you again. All right.
Okay.
See, this is what happens. You don't read the
Yeah, send it to
whole
you. Good night. Love
definition
you,
of the
Blue.
word.
Love you too. Love y'all.
See, they left out the part about a national is a detriment to other nations.
Exactly. Why they leave that
Part
out?
off. It is. It's a person that loved their and then the United States ain't even considered a nation. That's why when you ask what your nationality is, most people can't tell you what their nationality is.
You do, Black Lucifer. A nationalist believes in one race, religion, or culture within a nation. They think that their nation is superior, which leads to discrimination and division.
He didn't read all that. He just read the first sentence.
He acting like Muhammad.
This is what happens when you have unintelligent people trying to argue with intelligent people.
Okay, I'm gonna.
That's why they really mad. A-Train. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that's why they really mad, because they can't sit with us. When it comes to being articulate in conversations and reading stuff and actually being educated, they are mad because they can't sit with us. They can't hold conversations like this.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna leave. I forgot my video was about racism.
Okay, CJ, I want you to add this to your racism. So screenshot this picture and remind yourself when you see blacks.
No,
they're
it's
not.
my video.
No, these
Watch
are
my-
the great people of Egypt who discovered math.
Right.
And, built the
Yeah.
pyramids to line up with the.
I have a video about racism that I have. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watched it. Who cares that
Are you a nationalist?
than America?
I could name a lot of countries better than America.
That lets you know you are straight up nutcase. See, that's somebody that's been indoctrinated that hadn't been out of the United States. You see how nutty he is? Name a place better than the United States. The only reason people want to come to the United States,
No.
the
A
only people want to
patriot
hold
says,
on.
I love my country, Lucifer. A nationalist says, I love my country. And people who don't share my background or beliefs don't belong in it. That's the difference.
Boy.
Oh, my God.
You can't teach a brick wall. He been spamming us for the last hour and something saying we gaslight.
Ain't that crazy? These
Yeah,
are
there's
Christians.
something
These are
wrong with
alleged
it.
Christians, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but that guy goes from live to live, just starting problem. You don't give him any attention. He does that at every live he goes into.
That's a big word for Elmo, huh? Cognitive dissonance. He couldn't even spell that. He
I
had
was
to
just about
use.
to say. That's that word.
He had to use.
And what make it so bad?
Dang,
He's giving,
autocorrect didn't work on his phone?
yeah,
Yeah.
check this out. You know, he's showing he ain't got it right now, but he's trying to say somebody else ain't got it.
And that's
Ain't
That
that
was a big
crazy?
word for Elmo.
Kind of the disconnect. But you're the one on here that can't read it. I could bring Greg in here and he could read a whole paragraph and tell you what the
you the one
definition is.
can't read it.
Just pronounce the J. It wasn't there. Let the people go.
Oh God. Oh, man, that was funny. Oh my God. This is
But
crazy. This
I know people don't know these topics because they never studied in these topics. That's what I'm saying. When you get somebody that studied in these things, you might want to listen to them, but you're trying to outsmart. Y'all trying to outsmart me.
You can't pronounce it.
You know they're gonna have lives now. Ooh, I bet they going live. They can't wait. Yeah, Gina and A Train, all them are racist. That's what they've been telling. Ooh, yeah, Rias and word became
Christian?
Christian. All Gina does is talk about racism. Yeah, you don't think I'm a Christian? Or are we a Christian?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, you trying to say we don't act Christian? We're talking about racism?
No, you never would take up the name Christian. You just like a Jesus follower.
No, I say I'm a Christian. Yeah, I don't hold to all those denominations of Christianity. But yeah, I call myself a Christian.
See, this what happened when they what you used to call that thing spaz out, Gina? Whatever they used to call it. When they get
Spirating.
like Reds, yeah, he's spirating.
He is. A-Train, he literally said it. Now, when he was in your live, I remember that he was like, "No, the Christian nationalist, not that," or "What is that?" I don't know, but now he openly saying and supporting it. I bet he went back and studied it, and he's so mad now. He comes out and just says that I'm a Christian nationalist. That's crazy. He didn't even hide it tonight.
You thought you were Trump.
Do you think racism is wrong, CGI?
Like, should be punishable?
CGI, why you can't answer like simple questions? Like,
Like,
did I ask you to
asked
be
me if I-
punishable? I said, is it wrong?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, it's not a good enough answer, is it?
But they think they got the freedom of speech. Why black people get to
Be
say
racist
stuff?
when I'm just right here and you can just be racist to me if you want, A-Train.
No, we don't want to be racist.
What is?
Yeah.
You
You making her lose her high. You making her lose her high.
I need a drink. Cause, bruh.
This is a little story time.
God bless this mother. Watch this.
I'm trans man, and
It's okay, little girl. You're still loved regardless. Tell me one manly thing you've actually done in life, and I'll let you know if it's manly enough for you to be accepted as a tomboy. So, thank you for that perspective, friendly neighbor 86. Personally, I don't know if that is the advice this specific child needs to hear. It's okay, little girl. You're still loved